Cool. So, what's going on, everybody?
What's happening?
Chilling, man.
No, it's a busy weekend.
Return of Brooklyn Child.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes.
Yes,
Return
sir.
of Brooklyn Child.
Came out the cave, man.
Yeah. I guess first fight we can talk about is Whyte versus Povetkin. I think most of us want, Whyte to get his, his lights turned off. Hopefully. Did you guys see the weighing this morning?
I didn't see the weigh-in. To be honest with you, I'm probably gonna. I mean, because I gotta work tomorrow, and I gotta put in some work. I gotta work anyway, so I'm probably gonna miss the fight. So I'll just catch like highlights.
It's gonna be on at 5-6.
5 or 6, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's out there in England. I mean, yeah, if I'm
that's 2 for you, right? 2, 3 o'clock for you.
No, yeah. That's 2 hours later. Yeah, that's gonna be like early afternoon for me.
Yeah.
I mean, so what were the weights, guys? What were the weights?
So Povetkin came in, I think, what was he, 220 or something like his normal weight, whatever.
I think Whyte was 19 stones. I think he was 18, 19.
Whyte was 255 or 254 or something like that.
He came at the same weight as Oscar Rivas' fight.
Basically, yeah.
That's good for him.
He's still not in shape.
No, the weight of somebody is not going to
fight though.
The weight of him is not going to tell whether or not he's in shape or not. What's going to tell
us that, Mike. I'm just saying he looks in better shape than what he did for that whack fight.
Oh,
he was 270 something for that fight.
Well, he couldn't see that's because of the way UCAD rose, but it still was evident that this guy took not even a month or 2 off. And he's flabby, you know what I'm saying? So it's just ain't no way in hell he didn't take nothing, you know what I'm saying? Or nothing was in the system enough to where you stop taking it and you start looking like that.
Well, Povetkin probably got something in his system too. So
yeah,
they said they had to. I don't know how truthful this is. Maybe this is all because you can't trust motherfuckers and shit like that. I know UCAD has been catching boxers. They caught a few boxers last month. They gave them both 2-year suspensions. One actually had an excuse similar to what Dillian Whyte had, but they still gave her a 2-year ban.
So why aren't we doing that for other fighters?
Yeah. Hold up. But I still think it's gonna be a good fight. I really don't care who wins. But it'd just be funny as fuck if Dillian Whyte gets fucking knocked out.
I want them to beat each other up really bad. That's what I want. No, seriously, because there are 2 guys who are hanging around the fringe, the outskirts of championships, and they've been, like vampires or leeches, just sucking the blood off of the sport. So if they go in there and beat the crap out of each other, that'll be great for the sport, but it'll also push the winner and the loser further away from that circle of championships because, of the wear and tear. And if Whyte thinks they're going up and ballooning in weight and taking PEDs and stuff like that to trim stuff off, that's not good over the long haul. There have been examples in history, guys, end up in the hospital and stuff like that with medical problems. I'm telling you, so the best thing for these 2 guys, give boxing a great show and go in there and beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah.
I would have preferred to see Dillian Whyte fight Michael Hunter. Personally,
Facts. Because
in my opinion, I thought Michael Hunter beat Povetkin in that last fight. In my opinion,
he's too young. For Dillian Whyte, he's too young. Dillian Whyte, regardless of what he's saying to everybody publicly, he's looking for a senior tour and like the U.S. Open or something, man. He's trying to fight these these young, and that's exactly the fighter he was supposed to be fighting,
Yeah.
Michael Hunter. But it's
He's
like,
not gonna do that.
no, he's not.
That's why they released him. They released him, I think, 3 weeks ago or a month ago. Every fighter turned down a fight with Michael Hunter. Huey Fury turned down a fight with Michael Hunter.
Michael Hunter's
even
not
Michael
with,
Hunter did a video about that.
Yeah, he left Matchroom about 3 weeks ago. They released him.
So who he signed with?
It's probably going to be Top Rank. That's what I heard. But I don't know. Go ahead, Mike.
I wouldn't think that Dillian White should be fighting Michael Hunter. I think Michael Hunter should be fighting somebody in his year group, and that should be, Daniel, the Kuzmans, and all those other guys. Get them up out of the way and basically work his way up. Oscar Rivas, people like that. People like Dillian White, even if they do go up in there and whoop each other's ass, especially Povetkin's rich ass promoter, he's going to finagle a way back up in there for another shot at the title. That's going to be the same thing for Dillian White if he sticks with fight by fight basis with Matchroom Boxing. He's still going to finagle his way back in his shot, just because him fighting a UK fighter is big business to Matchroom Boxing, but not to every country around here. That's just my take and looking at it. He's like, the dude only has 18 fights. But then you go start looking at Daniel. You go start looking at these guys. Yeah, we know he fought Alexander Povetkin, but that was real short notice for Alexander Povetkin himself and for Michael Hunter. I don't think that was, he could look good in that fight, but he could probably not look good in the next fight with Povetkin. So I would just chop it up as that, and just he needs to get his gears up in boxing. It's like,
no. I disagree with you there, Mike. Michael Hunter fought Usyk at cruiserweight. He's 31. He's supposed to be. He's a accomplished amateur.
And who's Usyk? Who's Usyk?
Yeah, but
we could bring up amateurs and we could bring up cruiserweight, but then look at the guys that he fought that happened to fight somebody.
You're saying Michael Hunter doesn't deserve a fight with Mr. White?
No, that's what you said.
No, he does deserve.
No, that's what you said.
So why shouldn't
I didn't say he deserves the fight. I didn't say whether or not he deserves it or not.
But there shouldn't be an age group in boxing.
What you see, that's what you don't. I said year group. I said year group. Year group does not mean age group. Year group means. Hold up, stop. I gotta explain something to you because you're not understanding what I'm saying. Year group means the time that you started.
But that doesn't matter. You fight when and where.
Yeah, I know that. But what I'm saying is the aspect of you becoming a professional fighter. See what I'm saying? You don't become a professional fighter just by getting in and then I look good in this fight. Hold up.
Dillian White's only
no. I didn't say anything about deserving a shot at him or nothing like that. What I said that if I was this promoter, I wouldn't be trying to put him up in there with somebody like that, because the some fact is that he needs to grow as a boxer. How can you grow as a boxer? You see what I'm saying? And then put your best foot forward as if you're just thinking about, I'm going to fight this guy, and I'm going to fight this guy. This guy has a mandatory spot. This guy up over here, I beat this guy right here. Or if I go to a mid decision, then I get this fight. That's not necessarily always the case.
Yeah, but that's
I think Michael Hunter would outbox Dillian White though.
Same.
I don't think he'd outbox him, but I think it'd be a very good fight. 50-50.
I think if I had to put money on, I'll put my money on Michael Hunter. If you ask me.
Same.
Yeah, I take it as a 50-50, but if there was the fight tomorrow, the best
first time I ever watched Hunter fight was versus Usyk, and I thought the first 5 rounds he did really well till he gassed out and he got beat. He got worn down. When he went up to heavyweight, then he fought who? He fought a couple of PBC fighters. He fought who's that guy? The guy that F.A. Jogba got put on his ass by, that Kaladze guy. Then he went and fought Bakole. Nobody wanted to fight Bakole at that time. He was another prospect. He fought Kuzman too. He wiped both of those guys, right? And then he comes in versus Povetkin, and if he had just been a bit more prepared and more serious, he would have really. He should knock that dude
He
out.
won that fight anyway.
That's the reason why
I thought he won it too.
But that's the reason why I said the last minute bit, because it was last minute for both fighters. They didn't have that long to train for that fight.
Cool. I'll say this now because I don't, sometimes I like being on the fence. Sometimes I'm either one way or the other. I'm one way on this way. You give them both full camps, and I'm putting my money on Michael Hunter.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
And Brooklyn is probably, and Laws is too, but that's just our opinion about it.
I would.
But that's the thing, though, that you gotta understand is like I can care less about whose opinion is whose, but then when you try to make it seem like it's like everybody, like this guy is picking this guy, yeah, that's fine and Danny and all, but we won't know until they fight. You see what I'm saying? And we ain't gonna never get a fight like that. That's the reason why the dude had to leave.
He had to leave because nobody on that roster would fight him.
It's not nobody on that roster would fight him. You have to understand he could fight other people. Hold up. He could fight other people. He could fight other people outside of that roster.
No, I think they released him because he was a threat. He even said that in his video.
But anybody could say anything. Anybody could say anything. He could say that. He don't know the reason why he wasn't getting the fights. And I can tell you right now, was no fights for him to even have.
Right.
What fight was he going to get?
Well, let me just say something just quickly. Right, I agree with what you said before. Let me piggyback back. Michael Hunter, end of the day, I disagree with what you say about he deserves a shot with anyone.
No, stop.
No, I can't finish.
You can't say deserve. I never said deserve.
No, but all right. You didn't say that word, but what I'm saying is, we'll put it this way, right? I watched the Michael Hunter, and I'm going to skip past what that deserve or whatever we've just said. I'm just going to go to what I seen Michael Hunter do on IFL TV. He didn't know nothing about being released, and he come out and said that he got released because he was seen as a threat, and I completely believe that too. Now, whether or not he beats Dillian White, I think that is a 50-50 fight, and that's the reason why I would like to see that fight, because I believe that it'd be a really good tear up for both of them. But I think he definitely deserves a fight with either Dillian White or anything like that.
Well, so let's get into the deserve part then.
I'm just saying deserve. In my opinion.
That's fine, because a lot of people want to keep talking about bring up this deserve thing. So let's bring up the whole deserve thing, whether or not he deserves a shot at Dillian White when Dillian White is the mandatory right now. I don't think so. I straight up believe I don't think so. And I think and I also believe that Oscar Rivas versus Dillian White should never been for no mandatory shot either. You see what I'm saying? So I think there's other people in the boxing game that's more deserving than Michael Hunter at a mandatory position, or one of these young guys out here that's Daniel.
Huh?
Daniel, I think he put in more work. He fought a 41-year-old Beckett.
They're not gonna put Daniel Dubois in there with
I mean, why would you put Michael Hunter then?
He fought
Michael Hunter. Who did he fight at heavyweight?
Bakoli, Kuzman, and that.
Who is Bakoli?
Who has
Bakoli? And Povetkin is 41 fucking years old. 41 years old that can't get past the 6th round.
Who's the bomb pot?
Wait. Hold on.
Other than
Okay, Mike. So let me ask you this: you saying Michael Hunter shouldn't fight the guys that we would consider in the top 10. He should fight like the guys like the lower tier guys, like the fringe guys, like a FA, a Jogba, or who's the dude? Or Otto Whalen.
He's already fucked up 2 of those guys. You want to give him more of those guys, he'll do it again.
Well, let me do it again.
They put Mike in there with Usyk and let him whoop Usyk's ass.
Well,
Yeah,
let
yeah.
him. Well, let's see that happen then. Let's see that happen then. You know what I'm saying?
Hunter
Well, the
would
thing is,
absolutely
it's like, you know,
steamroll fucking Daniel Dubois.
We don't know that.
I think he would. Daniel Dubois is too stiff and he's got no head movement against a fast counterpuncher like Michael Hunter. It's someone who moves around, accurate fighter, accurate with his shots. I'm telling you now.
I mean, but
if there was a fight, if there was ever a fight, what was made, Michael Hunter versus Daniel Dubois, I would put £100 on.
You could put £100 on him all you want.
Dubois.
You could put all £100 all you want.
It's only the same.
But then
as
some of the arguments that you have agree with, and some of the arguments that people on here have brought up was that sometimes it's just not what is punch placement. Sometimes it's just punch placement. I don't think Michael Hunter is that fast. I don't think he's that fast to not get hit.
Well, Daniel Dubois is AKA the Mummy Returns. Okay, he's got no head movement. He's very predictable.
He's
young and strong. He's young and he's strong. But I'm gonna tell you something. Being strong in boxing and having just a big punch is not the end all.
Well, can I say
there's some guys out there with some skills?
Because I don't know what you've been watching with Daniel. Because you just said something that is false. He doesn't have that much head movement, but he does have head movement, and he just doesn't have one big punch. And he doesn't. In the heavyweight division,
the difference between not much head movement and no head movement at all is very minuscule.
It's very minuscule.
It's very minuscule because a well-trained fighter can set him up and knock his block off. And he was in there with an inexperienced guy with the Nigerian fighter who clocked him, but didn't have. Well, wherever he was from, you know who I'm talking about. Forgive me for saying that he was Nigerian, but wherever he was from.
So Michael
Hunter got clocked in that fight, and he got shot, and then he realized he needed to turn it up on the guy. And the guy he couldn't follow up because he wasn't as experienced as he needed to be at the level. So it's like
that dude. You don't even see. That's what I'm talking about. You didn't even see the whole overall thing with that Richard Lartley guy. It wasn't the fact that he was behind him, experienced. The dude basically couldn't even get a freaking full cap. He couldn't even get a freaking full cap. And no, he didn't even have that much stamina either. But what I'm saying is, it's not like Michael Hunter and never got clocked by somebody that's like not on his playing field.
I'm
talking about Danny Dubois here. Your boy Danny Dubois is going to be taking Michael Hunter here. He's going to be taking his pillow, into the corner.
That's possible.
And that's very go to sleep when he get in there with somebody who can fight him back.
And that's very well possible.
Joe Joyce.
I don't see.
Telling you, Joe Joyce can.
That can happen too, Laws. That can very well happen too, Laws.
Man, it's crazy with Joe Joyce. I mean, he like maybe Stormy could explain this. It's crazy to me how he's that slow, but he's very to me. He's very effective despite his lack of speed. Like it's crazy how it's like sometimes I trip out how if I'm not mistaken, wasn't that man a silver medalist?
Yeah.
How? You know what I'm saying?
Bronze, I think. Bronze also. Yeah, you're right.
He was a medalist in the
Olympics. I told folks,
slow, bro. That shit's crazy.
Yeah, the thing is, George Foreman wasn't the fastest, was he?
But he wasn't that damn slow.
He wasn't that slow.
No, I know. I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to say, you're not letting me finish what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, George Foreman wasn't the fastest, but the man had power and he had a granite chin and he had a fucking heart. He wouldn't back down. I'm telling you, right? You think I'm tripping? You watch when Joe Joyce meets Daniel Dubois. Do you honestly think that Joe Joyce is going to come in at 270 pounds against Daniel Dubois? No, exactly. He knows he's in the fight of his life. If he loses to Daniel Dubois, there basically is nowhere to go for Joe Joyce after this.
Yeah.
He's going to come in at round about 250, 255. Yeah, I'm telling you, mate, you'll be surprised what you see. People think I'm tripping.
No, nobody. Well, we don't think you're tripping.
Not all that. I'm telling you.
Oh,
He's not all what people think he is.
But I'm gonna put it to you like this.
Wait. Wait.
That's why I'm saying Michael Hunter would smash him.
He might.
Wait. So
be able to deal with someone fast like Michael Hunter.
What I'm saying is that this is kind of like an iffy, funny argument because at one point we got this guy that's slower than molasses, and he's fighting up against semi quick fighters. Then we have this quick fighter. Against a guy that's not that quick. So it's kind of like, it doesn't quite add up because to me, because it doesn't really matter really necessarily how fast you is or how slow you is. But what matters is to me is when you get up in the ring with a seasoned fighter, with somebody that knows what they're doing in the ring. And I don't care if the dude lost 20 pounds. It ain't gonna make him that much fat. It ain't gonna make him that
more seasoned than Daniel Dubois.
Maybe not. Maybe not. But maybe not. But even if he lost 20 pounds and got in the ring, I don't think it's gonna be that much faster. That's why I said with a seasoned fighter, somebody that's actually been in the ring and got their bell rocked a few times, that learned that hey, they gotta do different things. They gotta punch. They gotta land their punches differently. They gotta open up differently. They gotta keep their guard up and do all. I'm just putting it like this. With a lot of these British fighters, they tend to punch different than American fighters. I see more British fighters hitting behind the ear than American fighters. I see more British fighters throwing more combinations, especially in the heavyweight division, than American fighters. You know what I'm saying? The 1-2 or the 1-2-3. You see what I'm saying? And what I come to realize is that Daniel Dubois, fucking Joe Joyce, and Michael Hunter, they all ain't been trained by the same people. The way Michael Hunter is being trained, it would be better suit for him to beat a Povetkin or a Juggernaut or a Daniel Dubois. But what I'm saying is that being seasoned in the ring is what's going to help these fighters out with different competitions, getting a bell ring, getting to the 12th round, getting to the 10th round and stuff like that, and learning that they got to make sure that they keep the stamina up, make sure they don't burn themselves out too quick and stuff like that. That's going to help them out. And that's why I kind of lean towards Daniel versus Michael Hunter and versus Joe Joyce.
Yeah, but wait, Laws, can I ask you something real quick?
Yeah, go on, bro.
You're not, because like I want, so you're just want to clarify, you're not that high on Daniel Dubois?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're not high on him.
No,
So you're picking Joyce to beat Dubois?
Yeah, I am. I think. Do you know how I see that fight going? I'm going to jump back quickly to what Mike said because other people need to speak. Yeah, that fight, bro. I see that fight going. I think Daniel Dubois is going to hit Joe Joyce with everything but the kitchen sink. And I think if he goes past 5 rounds, which I think he will, I think Daniel Dubois is going to gas. And I can see Joe taking him into the later rounds and stopping him. And the reason why I say that is two things. One, Joe Joyce has got a fucking granite chin. I mean, I can't say a granite chin as in granite because I've never seen him get hit off a proper, legit heavyweight. You know, someone like Wilder or AJ or even Dillian White or Povetkin, someone like that. But what I'm saying is, I've never seen Joe Joyce get wobbled. I've seen him get hit flush on the chin many times, and he's sort of like the Terminator who shakes it off. And number 2 is Joe Joyce is very, very capable of doing 12 rounds, whereas I believe Daniel Dubois isn't. And someone who can come forward and put the pressure on Daniel Dubois like Richard Lartley did. I think I can see Joe Joyce taking him to the later rounds and then drowning him. It doesn't mean that I don't think Daniel Dubois is not going to be a good fighter in years to come. I just think because everyone's hyping him up to be this someone who he isn't. I think he'll take a loss and then become a better fighter later on.
Oh yeah, all these guys are going to take a loss. I mean, for me, the way I look at Dubois, like I like Dubois, but like if I'm comparing him, but if you're comparing them to the up and coming heavyweights, you know, the guys that's going to be around in like 4 years, if you compare them to those guys,
yeah,
then I'm picking Dubois. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm not that high on any of these heavyweights, to be honest, especially the younger ones. I'm not that high on any of them, to be honest. I'm just comparing. I'm just picking what's best out of the current litter. You know what I mean? Like matter of fact, you know who has potential? That dude on Top Rank, that black dude on Top Rank.
Yeah, Coffee.
No, I think he's from Ohio.
Oh, you talking about Big Baby?
Yeah. He has some potential because he has athleticism.
Excuse me.
He's not a stiff.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing, bro. Like when you watch these heavyweights back in the day, back in the 80s and shit, bro, these guys were from some athletic guys, bro.
Right.
These guys now, it's like, it's crazy.
Exactly.
It's crazy how these guys are so slow. It's like, what are you guys like? What workout routine you do? How are you guys so slow, bro?
I can answer that for you. I can answer that for you, Brooklyn.
What's up?
They don't have the training, from the trainers, and they don't have the work ethic. If you look at the guys of today, look at how many of them really come in the ring out of shape.
Yeah.
That's throughout the entire sport, from weight class to weight class to weight class, all the way up to heavyweights, right? And if you look at them, most of these guys are part-time fighters. Seriously. When you only fight once or twice a year, you're a part-time fighter. Okay? Because you cannot hone your skills and get your timing down and everything fighting every 6 to 8 months. You can't. Okay? And that means the dedication isn't there. So that's why they're not as conditioned. That's why their bodies look like they look, and they take PEDs even more now because they think the PEDs cut the work in the gym. But you still got to put the work in. That's why I often say PEDs can't help you fight. If you're not that damn good as a fighter, PEDs ain't going to do nothing. Maybe give you a little bit of more stamina or something. But if you're a guy that's cutting corners anyway, you're not putting the work in. Yeah. So I'm telling you, it's that simple, bro. It's that simple. There's not a lot of dedication, and there's not a lot of trainers who will turn down guys who don't have good work ethic. Of course, trainers need to make their money, right? But what I'm saying is it's a compound problem. It's just like if you're sending your kids to college, but they ain't learning nothing, but they still charge you that tuition, right? But what are your kids really coming out? Masters of what?
Nothing.
Masters of bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, I told you this a while back, Laws, on the live stream. I told you that I think the only thing I didn't say it like this, but I'm gonna say it like this today. I think the only thing that has been saving Joe Joyce is that the motherfucker's a twinkle toes.
Yeah,
he's a dancer. I mean, what do you learn in dance? You learn how to say again, Laws?
More than that, mate.
Hold up. Let me explain it to you. Let me explain it to you. And this because this is what I said the last time. And the reason why I said that is because dancing ain't nothing but you choreographing moves. It's all nothing but timing. It's all nothing but rhythmic motherfucking timing. And really, when you start looking at ballet and you start looking at those things, it's not something easy to do because it's all timing. You got to learn all that stuff. So it's kind of like for him to throw a punch, for him to put his feet in certain positions and stuff like that, he already got half that shit done. And it's like I don't know how to put it, but you see people that really know how to dance, right? Have you lost?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he can't be that slow.
Okay, but no, I'm not saying it's the only thing, but damn. Just listen. So you answered the question, yes, right? Did you see what those kind of guys have in common? Those people that really do know how to dance?
Of course they do, yeah.
They actually figure out, they actually pretty smart people. All the people I know that actually dance for a living, they're actually pretty smart people, and they actually learn things a lot quicker than others. What the fuck are you doing?
Let me ask you a question, a simple question. What do you lot, right, as you brothers across the pond, what do you lot see in Daniel Dubois, right, what's different from AJ? Because I'm going to tell you something now. I don't see nothing different in Daniel Dubois what's different from AJ. I don't see anything different. I see a very similar type of fighter. Upright, stiff, flat-footed, don't move me head type of fighter. Who's strong coming forward, got a good jab, and has got a powerful punch.
I'll tell you what I noticed that's different between the two Laws.
Yeah, go on then. Yeah.
I think his temperament is a little different than AJ's. I think he has a more
heart.
He has a more intense temperament when it comes to fighting. He wants to hurt people. He wants to do damage. That is a little bit different from AJ. AJ has a more casual approach, like almost an arrogance or something, but it's bordering on like he's better than in his mind he's better than he actually is. With Dubois, I don't think it's that. I think it's Dubois has a mentality that he likes to hurt people. He likes to see a guy get beat up or knocked out or something. He enjoys that. My thing about him is I don't think he's taken in enough of the tools of the trade to be successful at the top. He's going to beat people. He's going to beat a lot of people because there's a lot of mediocrity out there. But I'm telling you, for like someone that's class, let's just say like Fury and Wilder and those guys at the top like that, he's going to have difficulty with those guys. But almost the others that are kind of guarding the gates of that, he may have success. But, you know, that success is contingent upon how bad somebody wants it when they go in there with him. By the way, I was asked the question, Laws, is the fight with he and Joyce still on, and when is this supposed to happen if it is?
Yeah, it's if he wins tomorrow, bro, it's October. As far as I've heard, it's scheduled for the 29th or 28th of October. It's somewhere in the 20s of October. But yeah, the fight's still going ahead, bro. Yeah, 100% it is. Wait,
Dubois fighting tomorrow?
Yeah, he's fighting tomorrow.
Oh shit!
No, sorry, not tomorrow. Next Saturday. Yeah. He's fighting.
Next Saturday. Okay.
Yeah, he's fighting a Dutch heavyweight called Ricardo.
Oh, the bum.
Yeah. And then,
the bum.
Well, they both had bum fights, didn't they? As a tutor.
Yeah.
And then the fight is October. Yeah, definitely still going ahead, Stormy.
Oh, Victor Postal is fighting. Oh no, that's a side thing.
Yeah, that's the week after, right? Finally.
Nice. That's a good fight.
It is a good fight.
That's a good fight, bro. I want to watch that.
I mean, but there's a whole bunch of fights, man, that has been happening. I didn't even know fighters was fighting. There's been a whole bunch.
Bro. That's a good. I want to watch that.
They haven't even been doing like they haven't even been doing good advertisement lately. So I remember there's one time me and Laws came on, we didn't even know motherfuckers was fighting.
Yeah.
So
I want to. I heard. I kind of want to watch that fight because they said it was a robbery. That shit from last week with Rolly. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying.
I thought it was. I saw it.
I mean, but I'm gonna be real though. But you know, I mean, we do got a bird's eye view from the TV. You know what I'm saying? But I know for a fact it looks different in the stadium. So But at the end of the day, it shouldn't be that big of a margin, though. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
Yeah, Romero is trash. Like he was just swinging wide. Like he didn't. I mean, you watched the first.
Did he have was there a rematch clause though, Tyrone?
I don't think so. I think
That's
it was
disgusting.
an eliminator. Yeah, but he was just winging.
Man,
wide
that was damn ridiculous. Just call it like it is, bro. That was ridiculous.
Hello.
And, for the judge that scored at 118 to 110, that judge that scored at 118 and 110 for Romero, man, that person should be taken out back and given a hiding.
Hey, Tyrone jumped off again. He'll be back.
But I had it 118 to 110 for Marinez, and Jackson won that fight, bro, hands down. It wouldn't be so bad because they're not at the top of the sport, right? But it's like you could see how Rolly was so amateurish. It's like that was what was really revealing. He can't beat a good boxer. He can't. That guy has he is so. I've worked with amateurs in the gym that are better than him. And for them to put that product out there as a professional, all of his trainers and everybody should be taken out back with the judges and given a hiding too. Because that's ridiculous, man. That they put a product out there like that. Seriously.
It was bad.
And you know, it's like passing the class clown through grades just to get rid of him, right? He ain't learned a damn thing. So he's passing through 6th, 7th, 8th grade, gonna graduate, but don't deserve to graduate because he's like a 5th grader mentally. You know, that's Rolly in this sense. He's a 5th grader and he's out there trying to swim in the pool with the high schoolers. Seriously.
So what you think about? So what y'all? I mean, we've been saying these, and this is gonna be you know, Canelo. We all know that he fought Rocky Fielding, and then he's gonna fight this other guy.
Oh God, no!
This other guy who I think is way far worse than Rocky Fielding, and it's like they keep doing this shit, and expecting us to climb on. I understand why Canelo. Well, in my opinion, I think Canelo did it just out of spite for the zone because he thought he was gonna fuck them over and they was gonna have to air this shit. But
see,
yeah,
this is why I can see why Brooklyn Child took his channel down, man. when you hear shit like this, it's fucking disgusting.
Oh, when you hear something else disgusting, Laws.
Yeah,
hey, you hear that? You hear that damn rumor that the WBC is going to try to open up a division between heavyweight and cruiserweight, and Tony Bellew was supposed to be the
no way.
Yeah, I heard
between what?
Cruiserweight and heavyweight.
Yeah, what's it?
Tony Bellew was supposed to be
cruiserweight. That's what it's called.
Oh my God, no way.
Super cruiserweight or something.
Yeah, and Tony Bellew was supposed to be in on the con job for the WBC. Was supposed
in on the con job.
No way, bro.
So if you think about it, if let's just go down the list. This is go down the list. We had the Mayan belt. No, it doesn't matter. Care about the Mayan belt. We all know that was just a holiday shit. We had franchise.
Yes.
Right. We had the Kim Bluderall thing, right? Yes. We had the Dylan White thing. We had what else we had? Now we had that got in the ring with Franchon Cruz. We had that. We on 4, right?
The man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the man. And then what else we had? We had this this Canelo bullshit, right? The Canelo requesting through the WBC to make this guy a mandatory fight for a belt that he shouldn't even qualify for. Anyways, you got that one. So we had 5, right? And now we had this Tony Bellew bullshit, this super cruiserweight.
Fucking Tony Bellew.
Said he's gonna be in on the con job.
It is a con job.
I got
it is.
I cannot stand that fucking.
Like, you know, like this is the thing that
I fucking hate him.
These people in boxing is so goofy. It's like, dude, people don't even give a fuck about the cruiserweight division.
No, they don't.
They ain't been giving a fuck for since.
Bro, since the inception of the cruiserweight division, there's probably been, you could probably count in one hand the significant fights of that whole division.
Seriously.
Well, it did have traction. It did have traction and attention and shit.
When?
I just haven't seen it in the last like real 10 years.
Even
when Andre Ward was on top. I mean, who really?
I think last time I ever watched cruiserweight was when David Hay fought Mormac. I think that was probably the last time I ever watched it. Oh, and when Usyk starfished Tony Bellew.
Yeah, I watched that one too.
Yeah, because I fucking hate Tony Bellew.
Right.
Well, hold up. When was the last cruiserweight fight?
Just because you guys said that.
When was their last cruiserweight fight?
Who cares, bro?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Brooklyn.
What division is bullshit, bro?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
These guys should be at heavyweight, bro. They shouldn't be.
But that's what I'm saying, Brooklyn. I can't remember the last one I seen. The last one I seen was World Boxing Super Series, or what Law said. That's probably last time.
Yeah,
and that was bullshit. That was a bullshit. That was like a maimed gladiator fighting against a gladiator fighting against two gladiators. It was like a dude with no leg, with one leg.
Bro, hell, that's a good point. When was the last time Usyk fought?
Bro,
damn, that dude last year, I think that he almost got his ass whooped by. I think it was like, wasn't it like the beginning of the year, Tyrone?
Who?
Wasn't it the beginning of last year that Usyk had a fight?
Yeah,
and then he hurt himself.
The car salesman.
Yeah,
who gave him a black eye?
Yeah, my bad. Go on, Brooklyn. What were you saying, bro?
Bro, one of my earliest videos, I did a video on the cruiserweight division, and I basically spoke about this. This is how I see it. The idea of a 200-pound division in boxing is fucking bullshit, bro. Now I'm saying when the heavyweight division, technically a heavyweight, is anything above 200 pounds. So you can come into the ring at 201 and you're a heavyweight, technically. Yeah. But this division is 200 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are going to have a cruiserweight division, it should be at like how it was back in the 80s. It should be like back in the 80s, wasn't it like 190, 185?
Something like that. Yeah, 189.
That should how it should be because you got light heavyweight that's 175. But then if they want to go up another division, they gotta go up 25 pounds, bro. Nobody's asked to do that in any of these other divisions where divisions are separated by like 3 pounds in like the lower divisions.
Yeah, it's not UFC.
But it's bullshit, bro.
It shouldn't be.
It should, if you're going to have a cruiserweight division, it should be at 185. If you can't make 185, you're asking
190. Yeah, I'd say 190
max. Yeah.
190
15 pounds extra. Yeah.
200 pounds. When did they change this shit?
It's not coming to play. The WBC are thinking about bringing it into play. So my question is, where would super cruiserweight come in between?
Well,
and heavyweight.
But it's going to be above cruiserweight. But
I know that, Mike. Where would it come in between?
It's probably going to be like 200. It's probably going to be like 200 to 215. But I think what they're going to, I think what they need to do is.
He says anything over 200, you're heavyweight. So
yeah, but I think they're going to make an amendment. But what I think they should do is, I think they really do need to cut the bullshit and start talking to the fans. I think they really stop. I don't know who the fuck is coming up with these weird ass. See, because all the shit they're coming up with is not going to is designed to create more competition, but at the same time is supposed to intrigue the fans. Supposed to get the fans in there. How you gonna get the fans in there by adding another fucking weight division? How you gonna get the fans in there by letting fighters run hide and seek jobs, or get off on PEDs, or let a man fight against a woman in the ring, and then pussyfoot around about giving them belts back? You know, it's like I got to go because I got to help my boy fix his car. But I think what they should do is, and I see Marcelo Silliman answering back people on Twitter. I know he reads some of them damn tweets. They need input. They need the fans. They need input from the fans before they make big decisions like these, man. Because we the ones who there wouldn't be no WBC if it wasn't for no goddamn fans. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, of course, you know, I guess they bigger than life, they demigods or whatever, and they can go out there, they can make all the decisions in the world and shit like that, and look at us fans and say, suck it, nerd. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. But hey, man, Stormy, Brooklyn, Tyrone, Laws D to Pippin. Hey, man, I'll talk to y'all later, man. I got to help my boy out.
All right, man.
Bro.
Yep,
All right.
take care.
All right, man. Peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. These people, I swear to God, bro. These people, see, like I'm gonna say this, like one the main reason why, like I like decided to stop the because I got other things to focus on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But this is part of the reason why I'm kind of let the shit go, because this is bullshit, bro. This is unbelievable. You're gonna put, like, how you gonna put another division? People don't even care about the cruiserweight division
To begin with.
People
And they
don't
had a
care about
whole
that shit.
They had a whole super series for it as well. I mean,
Nobody cares about these bullshit divisions in boxing, son.
did you know there was a second super series for cruiserweight and it still hasn't finished yet?
Oh, I forgot. Who cares? This is what I'm saying. Like, cause like, see, this is what these boxing people gotta understand. Like, even if I call myself a boxing fan, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna go out of my way to watch cruiserweight division, bro. I'm not gonna do it, bro. I mean, it's not to say there's not good fighters. There's good fighters, of course, in all these divisions. But these guys are overseas fighters. They fight in all different times of the day. Bro, I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, I gotta watch the cruiserweight fight tonight. No, dude, I got shit to do. I got
boxing fans, I feel we have it the worst, dude. Like, we just keep getting shafted and shafted and shafted and shafted.
I don't feel like I get shafted. If a bullshit fight, if they present a bullshit fight, I'm just not gonna watch. I'm not gonna support it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Even when I was doing videos, if it was a bullshit fight, I'm not even gonna do a video on it. Fuck that fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like I'm upset with David Benavidez because now they're gonna give away his. Now he doesn't make weight, so then now if and when he fights Caleb Plant, it's not even gonna be for unification anymore.
Dude, the moment he didn't make weight, they pounced like you know, cheetahs or something like that. You know, wolves, they just jumped on it. You know, people sending into WBC, can I fight for it? Can I fight for it? Can I fight for it? And when Canelo says, I'm fighting for it, they said, yes, sir. And that's what happened.
There's no integrity in the sport, man.
None whatsoever.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on. See, this is what I'm saying with this boxing shit, bro. This is why, like, I kind of like let the shit go, because, like, sometimes when I think about boxing, and like sometimes when we have these conversations, like I get pissed off.
Right.
Like, we can't talk about. Matter of fact, the fight I want to talk about, if y'all don't mind, the one fight that I'm really looking forward to,
right,
and I might pay for it too, is Charlo and Rosario and
Yeah, this is the double feature. Yeah, I was just talking to my brother about it last night.
Yeah, sometimes I forget his name, man.
Rosario,
man.
Yeah.
That's the fucking fight I'm looking forward to.
I'm more looking forward to Derevyanchenko versus Charlo. The big one.
Which one?
Jamal versus Derevyanchenko. I'm more interested in that fight, just personally.
Good fight.
Yeah.
To me, Derevyanchenko beat fucking Triple G, bro. He won that damn fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? He won that damn fight, and they gave him. That was a robbery to me, man. Because even with the scorecards, even without the knockdown, I gotta look back at it. But even without the knockdown, it seemed like he still would have won. That's bullshit, bro. Triple G wasn't doing nothing in that fight, bro. He was getting outboxed.
Yeah, and getting touched.
He was getting touched up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like these people in boxing, they mark the Triple G's the this and that. I'm not saying Triple G's a bum. He's no by no stretch of the imagination that man's a bum. But what I'm saying is, don't tell me This is one of the greatest fucking middleweights of all time. No, he's not, dude. Sit down. Just compare him to what he's doing today. You don't got to put him up against these other great, these other great middleweights in the past. Now I'm saying, because a lot of these great middleweights in the past would have dog walked this dude, bro. Now I'm saying, but then you prop this guy up, and then you saw what happened that night, dude. He lost that fucking fight, bro.
It went down to exact. I mean, I remember being on the show with Stormy. Stormy, said exactly how it went down right before the fight happened, that he was going to get touched to the body, and it did.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's a good fight. I mean, it's a good fight. It's definitely a good fight. You know what I mean? That's the card I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to that shit a lot, actually.
Yeah.
What you brothers talking about? Just been for a cigarette. So
We were talking about the Charlo double feature, double header.
Oh yeah.
26th of next month.
Yeah, it's a month from now.
Yeah, about a month.
Yeah.
When is Spence fighting Garcia? That's in
November.
That's a good fight.
That's a good fight too.
Yeah. That's a very good
fight. Those are the fights. Those 3 fights. Oh man, I might have to. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I kind of.
I know what you're going to say. I know exactly what you're going to say. Are you going to start your channel back up?
Oh, fuck that.
All right.
No, I'm not doing that.
You're going to start making videos.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I mean, I'll talk about the fights in the live streams with you guys.
Okay.
But no, as far as that fight goes, no, I'm just thinking. I don't know if I'm gonna pay for them, because I know they're gonna put. I know both those on pay per view. I wonder if they're gonna still charge like $80. If they charge $80, I'm not paying for it.
Yeah.
If they charge a lower price,
the same.
I'll consider it.
Where am I gone?
Oh no, he said he had to bounce.
All right. Yeah. I've got a Fire Stick, me. It's Chip, so I'm just going to watch them on my Fire Stick, me. God, Tyrone's in and out. He must have Sadie down that alleyway again. Yeah, there's some good fights, but just going off the subject, but just going back to Daniel Dubois and what we were first talking about Dylan White and Povetkin and all that. Me personally, I disagree with what Mike said. I think Michael Hunter definitely deserves a fight with one of them top heavyweights.
Oh, yeah,
most definite.
In this crop of heavyweights, bro. I mean, outside of Wilder and Fury, everybody's in the same. Like I think that's the cream of the crop.
Yeah,
that's the cream. Those are the 2 main guys. You know what I'm saying?
You can't call Michael Hunter a gatekeeper.
No, he's not no gatekeeper, man. That guy's a good ass fighter, bro.
Yeah.
The only problem with the only thing with Michael Hunter, he doesn't have a big punch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he have to really like come out and outbox these guys. But you look at the if you look at the boxing ability of these guys, these heavyweights, these guys ain't all that, bro.
Exactly.
F.A. Ajagba is not a good boxer. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Dubois, he's slow. He's not that. I mean, he has decent boxing skills. You know, but he's not all that. I mean,
that's what makes me laugh about. I listen to some of the brothers across the pond, and some of them like really big him up, like, yeah, he's this, that, and he's the next heavyweight. He very well could be. I've never said that he won't, and I've never tried to say that he won't be a great fighter. All as I've ever said, Brooklyn, is I just don't believe the hype unless I see him in with. This is the reason why I say I'd like to see him fight Michael Hunter, because someone who's fast, I think, would give him serious problems.
Oh yeah.
He's so flat-footed and doesn't move his head.
Yeah, he's a stiff.
Yeah, he is. He's a typical British lamppost heavyweight. I've seen it so many times. I've seen it so many times. Brooklyn, AJ, even Frank Bruno, people like that. I've seen it so many times. Okay, yeah, he's like Stormy said before. He's the difference between him and AJ. I can see that now. What Stormy was saying, he's got more of aggression. He wants to see people get hurt. He's not. Whereas AJ might be more laid back and arrogant, think he's better than what he is. But and the thing I've over the last 6 or 7 months, what I've seen from Daniel Dubois, I see that in him. What Stormy's saying, that what AJ thinks he is, I see that in him now. He's calling out Dillian White and calling out other fighters, and I'm just thinking, you ain't ready for people like Dillian White. I think Dillian White. I don't think Dillian White's a great fighter, but one thing I do think about Dillian White is Dillian White has got balls. And I just believe if Dillian White was put in the ring with Daniel Dubois, I think Dillian White would smash him. I think he would. I mean,
I think to me, like if we talking about like guys, like Dillian White is a guy that gets a lot of attention. Dylan White gets a lot of attention amongst this crop of heavyweights. You know what I'm saying? But the only reason why he's getting all this attention is because he's amongst this crop of heavyweights, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Dylan White is trash to me, bro. I've never really been high on the dude. Now, I think the guy is whack, bro, honestly.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but answer me this question then. Daniel Dubois, right? Just say he blows this guy away tomorrow who he's supposed to do anyway, because it's a lesser opponent than what he was supposed to fight. But just say, for instance, he blows this fighter away. Where would you see Daniel Dubois fighting the likes of Oscar Rivas or Joseph Parker? Because me personally,
I think he could beat both of those guys.
I don't think he would.
See, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not that high. Even Joseph Parker's another one. I'm not a fan of this guy, bro. Joseph Parker's another one I'm not a fan of. He's very overrated to me. He's another one. It's like when these debates used to happen, people used to say shit like, "Oh my God, Dylan White beat Joseph Parker." Like, who the fuck cares a fuck about Joseph Parker, dude? He's not all that, dude.
Yeah, I know. I understand what you're saying, but I don't know, man. I just think I don't know. It could just be me, bro.
That's what I'm saying. This crop of heavyweights.
Yeah.
This crop of heavyweights is if you had to put an overall grade outside of Wilder and Fury, an overall grade is very low.
Yeah.
It's very low. I think, okay, you have Wilder and Fury. The next guys is AJ and Luis Ortiz. Because you know damn well nobody's going to fight that man. You know what I'm saying? Him and Luis Ortiz. Then like I'll put like Andy Ruiz. I still think Andy Ruiz is a good fighter, but like his performance, like he just that shit, that was just embarrassing, bro. That was fucking embarrassing. It's like these guys have no pride. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have all these people rooting for you. You know what I'm saying? You have all these people rooting for you, and you come out looking like that, weighing almost coming into ring at over 300 pounds.
Yeah. Lack of discipline.
Yeah, bro. Like you, like we know you. When you think of Andy Ruiz, you think of a heavyweight with some fast hands.
Yeah.
Excellent boxing. He didn't fucking show no fast hands that goddamn night.
No.
He was slow as molasses, man. AJ was beating him to the punch every moment of that fight.
That's what I mean. And you put Daniel Dubois in with someone like Andy Ruiz.
To be honest with you, I still don't. Now that I think about it, I still don't think Anthony Joshua is better than Andy Ruiz. I still don't think he's better. I don't put Anthony Joshua over Andy Ruiz or Luis Ortiz. I don't put him over them guys.
Yeah, Ortiz is a classy operator.
That fucking guy's that guy's amazing.
Yeah, he's a very classy operator. Yeah, it's just such a shame as well because he's just been frozen out his whole career.
You know what it is, man? Like these Cuban fighters, what they need to start doing, bro, they need to get out of that. Oh, I'm Cuban, and I just
Olympic pedigree and all that shit.
Like these guys need to come in there. No offense, that they need to learn the language and play the game, bro. Like fuck that, you know, and you know, and you know, of course they're showing their abilities, but they need to learn the language, try to build a fan base, learn the language, build a fan base, and you know, build a fan base, dude. It's like these guys, they just come and box and they go home. Like, no, bro, this is not the amateurs, bro. This is entertainment. Unfortunately, this is how it is. Unfortunately, I don't like it, but this is what the shit is, bro.
Yeah,
it's like you think about it's like when you think about motherfucking what's his name? You know, it's just boxing is just bullshit, bro.
Yeah, no, Kenneth Johnson, salute. Sorry. What? I was just saying to Kenneth Johnson, salute. He just dropped a comment.
Oh, salute Kenneth Johnson, man. Yeah, what's going on, bro? Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? These guys need to come in there. Yeah, man. These guys they need to come in here, man. They need to build a fan base, man. And so these guys is not fucking ducking them and shit, bro. See, there's a reason why I kind of like got off with the boxing shit like that, because like we can't have in every sport. It's structured where the best fight the best, dude, on a consistent basis. This is not going on in boxing, dude. People can just choose what the fuck they want to do, bro.
Yeah, I agree. Try and be Hollywood stars, aren't they?
Yeah, bro. What the fuck,
stars?
It's like when I think about Gary Russell Jr. Now I'm saying, like, every time I think about this guy, I get pissed off, bro, because it shouldn't be this way.
Yeah.
How the fuck this guy has not fought? None of these guys at PBC fucking fight this guy, dude.
Yeah, but the thing is with him as well, though, Brooklyn. I understand what you're saying about him because he does get ducked. Russell Jr. does, but he doesn't help himself by just wanting to fight once in a fucking blue moon as well.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but he does so, Brooklyn, because he should be fighting more, and if he can't get fights at his weight, then he should fucking put a bit of timber on and move up a weight where he will get fights.
This is why it doesn't matter, Laws. Because like we're boxing fans, we understand the business a little bit. Mm-hmm. Gary Russell Jr. is a classic example of a high risk, low reward.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter even if he was fighting 5 times a year. You know, if he has that status and he's dangerous and quote unquote is not enough money, bullshit, whatever, the fights don't happen.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Brooklyn. Excuse me. But what I'm saying, bro, is I understand what you're saying, but it's no good being stuck in the same division, like you say, high risk, low reward. He isn't getting them fights. Then what he should do, he should come up with a plan to get up off his arse and go. It's no good being on Instagram and Facebook and all this shit calling out fighters. I did this to Bud Crawford. I want to fight him. I'll beat him. I'll beat Josh Warrington. I'll do this. Get up off your arse. Get out of that 130, 135 division and move up a weight and go and fight a fighter. Even if you have to give up your strap or take a no. You can make fights if you're willing to fucking take a pay cut or just you want your legacy. To me, if I was a fighter, man, a legacy always comes over fucking money in my eyes.
Nah,
fuck all. It does to me. It does to me. I would want to go down as remembered as a great fighter. The money will come later on in life. I believe so. I won't sit
it depends on the individual You know what I'm saying? Because I definitely I wouldn't want any fighter to take a quote unquote pay cut.
No, but sometimes you have to though, bro, to get to where you want to be.
Yeah, depends. Yeah, but we don't know what these guys see because like they throw this terms around. Oh, high risk, low reward. We don't know what these fights are worth. You know, as fans, we just want to see the damn fights. But these guys don't want to fight, bro. These guys, Gary Russell. This is like. I remember I was arguing with my dudes 503 Lion, Stay Ready and shit. I think Monty Brown. I remember having the same conversation. It's like, dude, this is high risk, low reward. Even if the man was fighting 5 times a year, these guys are not gonna they're gonna be timid to make these fights.
Yeah, but Brooklyn if he was fighting. Oh, salute Mike's bottom listeners. Salute to you. Yeah, but Brooklyn, if he was fighting 5 times a year at fucking 200 grand a fight, surely he's making more money than fighting once a fucking year or once every 2 years. He's Gary Russell Jr., right? Like you just said, he's a fantastic, talented fighter, and I think he is. But he's not helping himself by sitting there doing this typical Instagram calling out fighters, but he's not trying to make that. Listen, you can't tell me, right, bro, that guy can't jump up a division or 2 and go and fight someone, take a pay cut and do it. This is where I say where if I was a fighter, I'm just talking about Gary Russell Jr. This is a prime example of like boxers of today, what we're talking about. Dillian White, right, when he beat Oscar Rivas, not Oscar Rivas, when he beat Derek Chisora, called out AJ. AJ said, yeah, we'll make the fight. Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua put, I think it was a 5 million figure to him, and he saw his arse because he earned 7 million, supposedly, whether that's not true or not. Supposedly, he earned 7 million against Derek Chisora. And he turned the fight down, saying, I'm not fighting for that because I'm worth more than that. But hang on a minute. 2 weeks ago, you were spouting your mouth off in the tabloids saying that you don't mind fighting for less money. You want all the belts and you won't get put in position of the belts. How can you, right, not want to take a pay cut? But if you beat AJ, then you reap all the rewards, and then in your next fight, you can start demanding bigger sums of what you want. You've got
I agree with that, though. Yeah, like, no. I'm saying, I don't know all the details, but if that's true, if he earns $7 million to fight Chisora, and then they come around and offer the man $5 million to fight AJ. If that's true, I would have turned that shit down too. Like, that's bullshit. Fuck out of here.
You would have turned it down.
You
would have. Hang on, Brooklyn. You say you would have turned that down?
Hell yeah, that's bad business.
No, it's not. No, because think about it though, Brooklyn.
He made 7. You saying?
Yeah, apparently he made 7 million against Chisora, and AJ and Hearn only offered him 5. But look at the bigger picture, though. If I was a fighter, right? Okay, what fighting Derek Chisora did he earn from that? He earned a good paycheck, but he moved nowhere up the ladder. He stayed in the same position. You take a pay cut and fight AJ. If you beat him, and at the time he had a very good chance of beating AJ. Once he's beat him, he's got 3 of the 4 titles. Then he can fucking make his own fucking response of what he wants, like in his next fight, because he's got 3 of the 4 belts, and he's the heavyweight, he's the unified heavyweight champion of the world. That's not bad business.
That's bad business, bro.
No, it's not.
Dude.
No, it's bad business if you ain't getting nothing out of it. But what he was getting out of it was 3 of the heavyweight titles. That was worth more than £2 million in my eyes.
I put it like this: like all these past fighters who come and listen. I'm not like listen. I get it. You know, of course, we fight fans now. I'm looking now as I'm looking at it from a perspective of the actual fighters. Those belts collect dust, man. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these guys are in bad shape. A lot of these guys in bad shape when their career is over. You know what I'm saying? So you conduct your business the proper way. If it's true that he made $7 million,
well, that's what I heard. But Mike's just put there's a video where they agreed to 5 million. So even if he did take 5 million, just say for instance, then AJ and them offered him 3 million. It's still not bad business, bro, because you've got to look at the bigger picture. You beat AJ, you've got 3 of the world titles. You're world champion. Apparently, you've been splashing all over social media. This is what you got into boxing to be, a world champion. Not for the money, not for fucking anything, but for a name and to get them titles. Then when you've got them titles, then you can name your price after that, bro.
The way this boxing shit, the way this politics of boxing works, bro, if you ask me, that shit was all that's a whole con job anyway. Eddie Hearn wants Dylan White to have fought Deontay Wilder, take his chances. So all the belts is possibly with Matchroom.
That's why they lowballed
fight, bro.
Yeah,
this is the
that's
bullshit,
that's why they lowballed Dillian White to keep him off AJ's out of AJ's way.
AJ, I mean, I put it like this, bro. If you ask me, in my personal opinion, bro, all these niggas is a con job, bro. That whole Matchroom shit's a con job. You know what I'm saying? This is what people do, man. They just play the media, they play the fans, bro. If you ask me, they wanted that man to fight Deontay Wilder at that time. They push it. They wanted to push that situation. So in the occurrence of Wilder loses that fight, and Wilder wins that, Wilder loses, all those belts is in Matchroom, and then they do that fight, bro. This is what happened.
That was the plan.
That's the plan, bro.
The plan always was. You're right there. Yeah, the plan always was for Eddie Hearn. That's the reason why he was stressing so much for Dillian White to make the fight with for the WBC to make the fight with Wilder. He never wanted to put AJ in with Wilder. He wanted to put Dillian White in with him, and then if Dillian White won, like you just said, then all 4 titles were back home. Not only in the UK, but all 4 titles were back home with Matchroom. That was the plan all along, and that's why I keep saying to you, that was the reason why they lowballed Dillian White, because they knew Dillian White wouldn't take it. But Dillian White, in my eyes, was a fool, because he should have taken that, even though he ducked Ortiz and he ducked Pulev and he ducked Dominic Breazeale. He was given the golden opportunity. Even if they just say they offered him $1 million or £1 million to fight AJ, okay, it's a fucking major cut. But at the end of the day, them titles or that recognition means more to me than the money. Because after that, if I beat him, like Andy Ruiz did, he got paid tuppence to fight AJ and he won the title. And then he let it get to his head. He didn't train, and then he thought, "Oh yeah, I'll beat him again," and then he didn't. So that was his fault. But what I'm trying to say, Brooklyn, is I don't think that's bad. There's sometimes in life you've got to take a risk.
Oh yeah,
you've got to take a risk, and instead of looking at the picture, look at the bigger picture. You might have to go through the shit and through the gutters and all that shit to get where you want to get to. But if you can get through all that shit and the gutters, the sun will be shining at the other side. Not all the time, but sometimes. And that's what Dillian White could have done.
I put it like this. I understand your viewpoint if you're talking about somebody like in the beginning stages. You know, okay, you're in the beginning stages of your career, and you take less money for a certain opportunity. You know what I mean? Because it can lead to something bigger. I get that. But according to all these boxing fans out here, Dylan White is a top 5 heavyweight in some people's opinion, in a lot of people's opinion. I think that's bullshit, but whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of people think he's that dude. If you're if you're at the top of the sport already, now I'm saying now you got to conduct now from looking at it from a fighter's perspective, like it doesn't like you don't turn down they offer you $5 million and you made $7 million against if that's true. I don't know if these are the true numbers. If these are the numbers,
that's what I read. Whether it's true or not, I don't know.
If you made $7 million to fight Derek Chisora, and then they offering you $5 million to fight AJ in a Wembley bullshit stadium, of course you're gonna say no, bro. It makes there's no way you accept that, bro. That's not good business. They are taking advantage.
Cause Brooklyn, you know
that's not good business, bro.
You know that. I know that, and every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the world knows that they're fucking taking advantage. But what I'm saying to you, bro, is listen, let's rewind back a couple of years ago. When Dillian White fought Derek Chisora, right? What was he? Christmas of 2018. So that was 2 years ago, right? At that time, what you've got to ask yourself and what you've got to look at yourself, has Dillian White progressed any further in them 2 years to what he has now? No.
Since he fought
Not
AJ?
really, no.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm trying to say. He's fighting since he fought Derek Chisora in October or December of 2018. Okay, just say, for instance, he did get 7 million. I'm not too sure about that, but let's say, for instance, he did. Since December of 2018, we're now coming up not far from December 2020. Has Dillian White progressed any further up the ladder than what he did 2 years ago? Because my answer to you is no. He's just a pay-per-view fighter who's still left in the shadows of Anthony Joshua, making a couple of million on a pay-per-view fight. He's fighting a 41-year-old Alexander Povetkin. Now, what you've got to ask yourself, in a year's time from now, where do you see Dillian White? I'll tell you where I see him. I see him stuck in the exactly same position as what he is now and what he was 2 years ago. That's the reason why I'm saying I think sometimes in life he should have, at that time, he never had an opportunity at that time. He might have had the opportunity against Ortiz and ducked him, but he wasn't offered the opportunity of, in fact, he very well could have been offered the opportunity of Dominic Breazeale. But what I'm saying, he should have grabbed the ball by the horns when he was offered that. Take a £2 million pay cut, beat AJ, which at the time he very well, he had every 50 bit of a chance to beat AJ. He should have grabbed the ball by the horns, beat him, and then he could have started demanding fucking what he wants. Then he could have been fighting at 100,000 people at Wembley Stadium and getting all the sponsors. That's how you do it, man. That's how you do it in my eyes.
Dylan White's too ugly to get sponsors, man. You know what I'm saying? If I'm a bitch, I don't want to sponsor Dylan White, dude. Yeah, the ugly as fuck, bro.
No, it doesn't, Mike. I disagree. It does make sense for Dillian White.
I see what you're saying.
Fighting to become a pay-per-view
but at the end of the day, I look at it from a standpoint of, man, these fighters, bro. As much as okay, do I want to see certain fights without do I want to see certain fights without question? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm not gonna if it's legitimate bad business, at the end of the day, if you saying, yo, this is some fuckery, I'm not accepting that, then cool, because boxing is too riddled with history of promoters taking advantage of these damn fighters, bro. And then when they fucking retire, yeah, I got the glory of having belts and shit, but then they auction it, they putting them shits on eBay, auctioning it off because they broke. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, while you fighting, you get your business right, bro. You know what I mean? You don't accept $5 million to fight AJ when you got paid $7 million to fight Chisora. That does not make, that's not good business, bro. It's not, to be fair. Now I'm saying now my true opinion on that situation, I just think they all playing games because they want Dylan White, or Hearn wants White to fight Wilder at that time. That's the fight he wants. That's why he put him in that position, because he wants to throw his lackey to potentially get knocked the fuck out. Son, Wilder would take his head, will knock his head off his shoulders, bro. You know what I'm saying? That boxing, like, he's not Tyson Fury, dog. Not even a little bit. He gets knocked the fuck out. You know what I mean? But he wanted to take that chance. That's all it is, bro. You know what I mean? That's all it was. You know what I'm saying? But fuck Dylan White, that bitch ass nigga. Hey, I just saw Kenneth Johnson put down Regis signed with PBC.
Yes, that's true. Hold up, I have to go through the chat here. Yeah, shout out Kenneth Johnson, Mike in the chat. Let's read some of these comments here. Salute panel. In my opinion, jury's still out on Dubois until I see how he responds once he hits a deep one. Okay. I know you guys talked about Gary Russell. Yeah. Regis Prograis did sign with PBC. Maurice Hooker. They both signed with PBC.
Yeah.
So they're gonna take tune-ups, and the fight's probably gonna be made down the line. You know, that's the favorite saying in boxing, down the line. What's up? What's up, Pete? What's up, Pep? What's going on, man?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Yeah, I'm on holiday now, so my connection is a little bit bad.
Okay.
Yeah, what's the topic? What you guys are cooking on?
So, well, the main deal is, reason I went live today really is because of tomorrow. There's 3 fight cards, of course. White Povetkin, Sean Porter, and Eleider Alvarez versus Joe Smith. Not a lot of people have talked about that yet, but yeah, that's basically what we're here talking about.
Yeah, I can only watch the UK one because, like, me being on holiday, I can't be sleeping too late because of the family situation. But
okay,
I'm kind of gutted that I can't watch the other fights, the ones in America. But Dillian White, yeah, tomorrow he's in a tough fight.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are saying, like, you know, it's gonna be an easy fight, but I don't think it's gonna be that easy. But we will see. But he was in a good shape today, in the weigh-in. The last time I seen the dude, he was like quite fat. Now he looks like in good shape, you know. And his trainers must be doing good for him.
Back in tomorrow.
You said what?
Dylan White will smash Povetkin all over the place tomorrow.
Hopefully not, but
I think. I mean, like now that you mentioned like trying to paint a picture, like playing the fight in my head, I can see that fight being like a split decision either way.
Nah.
If
someone's getting knocked out in that fight.
I would say Dylan White wins, but like split decision. I don't see either guy knocking either guy out.
Povetkin is really strong in the first 4 rounds, maybe even 5 rounds. So if Povetkin, you know, gives it to him and he hurts Dillian White, you know, he's not gonna hesitate to knock him out. He's got a beautiful left hook. He might be 40 years old. People might want to call him old, but he's the same age as Luis Ortiz. and to me, he's as strong as Luis Ortiz. And the only problem with Povetkin is, he after like 5 rounds, he becomes garbage.
2 rounds, he's blowing out of his arse.
Yeah, for the first few rounds, he's really, really top class. But then after that,
rounds, Pet.
Yeah,
after that, he's blowing out of his arse.
He's gone. Yeah, he's finished. After like, that's the thing with Ortiz.
White,
yeah.
If you ask me, sorry to cut you off, but if you ask me, Dylan White's stamina is not that great. To be honest with you, this is the heavyweight division. I mean, like all these guys, they fade late in the fight. These guys are not professional, and they don't and they don't properly train. They're not professionals. You know what I'm saying? So we talking about a Dylan White, But the thing about Dylan White, you mentioned something. Yes, Povetkin has that left hook, and Dylan White's chin is not that great. Now I'm saying when he gets hit, when he gets hit with a proper punch, like his face makes all types of gestures. You know what I'm saying?
And his legs.
He looks like a character from Mike Tyson's Punch Out, bro.
I mean, I think Dylan White is going to be okay with the stamina issue, and he's been working hard. Like you could see, he's in good shape. But once you hit the guy, like like the only issue is his legs. Like there's something wrong with his legs. It's too wobbly, and I don't know, like like why his legs like that. So if he wobbles against Povetkin, oh my God, this is going to be embarrassing for Dylan White. He could actually get knocked out.
I say split decision win for Dylan White. Split decision, Dylan White.
But Dylan White, this is like everything to him, this fight. Povetkin, he had like a couple of title shots. And, Dylan White, he's never had a title shot. He's been screaming 600 days. You know what I mean? This is his last hooray. For some reason, I got Dylan White winning for a lot of reasons because of like him so hungry for this title shot. He wants to face the winner against Wilder, Fury, or should I say Fury Wilder? You know what I mean? So he's hungry, man. He's hungry. So I don't think he's gonna let this chance go. But you never know with Dylan White. He's a funny character. His last couple of fights, he was garbage. But we'll see. He's got new trainers. He sacked his long-term trainer, Mark Tips. He's added Dave Caldwell to his backroom staff. I don't know how good that's going to do to him, but we'll see. We'll see. This is everything to Dylan White. He can't mess it up. Otherwise, he's going to be a laughing stock if he loses this fight, because he's been screaming, to everyone that was listening to him. He's been saying like, "Oh, I've been waiting so many days." So yeah, let's see what Dylan White's made of.
I think Dylan White's made of Jamaican rum cake. he's made of curry chicken. You know what I'm saying? Well, he's Jamaican, right?
Yeah, he's a yachty, but
he's made out of jerk chicken, nigga. He's made out of rice and peas. He's made out of dumplings.
Curry coat as well.
Nigga. Fucking Aki and saltfish, nigga.
Aki and saltfish, yeah.
Yeah, man. Nah. I mean, I won't be able to watch the fight though, because I'm gonna work and shit. But I mean, I'll watch like
Don't you be taking the piss out Jamaicans, Brooklyn?
Nah. I like Jamaicans.
I love Jamaican people. They're my brothers, man. But at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Yeah.
We're just having it's all fun and jokes.
I'm joking. No.
I know.
Yeah, man.
Listen, let me tell you something before I've got a dip. But before I dip, I want to tell you something, Brooklyn. The reason Dylan White only made whatever figure he did, I know I keep rabbiting on about him, but I was trying to point this out to you before, but I've found out my mic was on mute. He only made that money against Derek Chisora for two simple things. One simple thing. It was because the UK fans called for that second fight. That's all it was. That was the reason why he made so much money, because the UK fans were calling for that second fight, because the first fight was, so they said, was fight of that year, whatever year it was, 2016 or something like that. And that was the only reason. That was the only reason why he made that fight. Dylan White didn't even want to fight Derek Chisora the second time. He did an interview on IFL TV saying, "What do I achieve by fighting someone who I've already beat?" But Derek Chisora kept running up on him at press conferences saying, "Come on, fight me. You know I beat you. You know I beat you." And then because he did that, all the fucking UK fans would say, "Yeah, let's see it again. Let's see it again." And that was the only reason why Dylan White fought him and made such good money off that fight.
Guess what? Do you know who's selling this fight? Do you know who's selling this fight? Povetkin against Dillian White. Do you know who's selling this fight? AJ is selling this fight because he's going to be there, and KE Taylor against Persoon. Yeah, they're selling this fight. I don't think if it wasn't for them lot, I don't think this fight would be a success. I think for that reason it's going to be success because of AJ being there, as a commentator, and Thingy Persoon against KE Taylor. That's why this event is huge. Otherwise, no one's really interested, really, is it? Let's face it, Povetkin, he's from the past, and Dillian White,
over the hill.
It is what it is.
I got a dip. Salute to you all, brothers. Anyway.
All right, peace out, bro.
Yeah, salute to you, bro, man.
I'll catch you soon. Thanks,
you
Sarah.
soon,
Thanks for having me on, bro. Yeah, laters, Pat. Peace.
Laters. Oh, you're gone, yeah. Whose stream is it? Is it?
No, this is Tyrone been going on and off like a light switch, man.
All right,
yeah, it's been bad, man.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
So yeah, who's selling this fight. We all know it's KE Taylor against Persoon. That's what people want to see this event for. And let's face it, AJ is selling it as well because he's there. They need AJ. Once again, AJ is putting money in Dillian White's pocket. And Dillian White's still hating on AJ. But it is what it is.
Mr. L Foul player. What's going on? Hello?
Chill, broskies. How y'all been, man?
Yo, what's good, Al? What's good, fam?
How you doing, L Foul player?
Chilling, man. How y'all been?
Chilling.
Pretty good.
Chilling.
Yeah, bro. Fucking glad to be back on with y'all, man. Young Ty in the building. Pete. My man BK Nino. I haven't seen him in a minute. Fucking Lowe's Dilla. That's fucking hood rap Michael. What y'all talking about? The Katie fight?
Yeah, no, because I didn't see the first fight, but a lot of people were saying Katie Taylor got a gift. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought she lost that fight.
Yeah, I didn't have him winning many rounds in that fight. She was getting hurt in that fight. I thought they should have run it back immediately. Actually, I didn't think they should run it back immediately because I thought Katie Taylor took a massive beating. I thought she wasn't going to be right after that, but I'm glad she'll run it back. Persoon is no joke too, man.
Yeah, but I'm gonna miss all them fights, man. The only, like I said, man, the only fights that I'm looking forward to, that I'm really anticipated for, is the Charlo fights and Spence and Garcia, man. Outside of that, bro, if I catch a fight, cool. If not, that's cool too, bro.
Man, I just hope Povetkin does something tomorrow. No.
You rooting for Povetkin to knock his block off?
I wish.
It's possible though. Thinking about playing the fight in my head, I could see if I had to put money on it, I say Dillian White wins by split or majority decision. Because I don't think he's gonna knock out Povetkin. And I don't think Povetkin's gonna knock. I think if somebody's gonna get knocked out, it's gonna be Dillian White. If someone was to get knocked out, it would be Dillian White. You know what I'm saying? Because I think you hit him good, he be doing dances, man.
I hope so.
He could be a backup dancer to a musical video. You know what I'm saying? He be wobbling them legs, man.
Oh yeah, he's going.
You know what I'm saying? Put some tap shoes on that bum. You know what I mean? But
his back was out of shape too.
Say what?
especially if he's out of shape. Like if he came into that fight like the last fight he had against homeboy.
What's the lightest Dylan White ever gone to and ran the ring at?
He was in the 220s in the beginning of his career, dude.
220s?
Like he was in actual shape. You know, 220s.
220s.
Let me just make sure. I'm just gonna double back here. But I'm pretty sure that when he first started, he was in the 220s. Dude. Let me see. Yes. 229 was him at his lightest when he first started. Yeah, I mean he came in. His overweight back then was how much he is now. Like he came in out of shape at 252 his first fight. Then he went to 230, 226 and a half, 231, 229, and then he just kept going up and up and up and up and up until he finally hit 270 that last fight. I don't know. I think people just get complacent.
Yeah.
People get complacent because I don't think Dillian White is much taller than I am. I don't even think he's an inch taller than I am.
But one thing too, like if you factor, especially Povetkin's body of work, like in the last say like 10 years, you pretty much know what you're gonna get. I mean, like whether you want to blame synthetics or not, but Povetkin's performance doesn't go up or down drastically, like in the last like 10 years.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. He's pretty consistent.
Yeah. I mean, as long as the thing was, Michael Hunter just blitzed him that first couple of rounds. Like
he did.
That first round. Did you see that first thing that stuck him?
Bro.
Whoa. And then he started skating and hanging on. I mean, I felt bad for Michael Hunter because I know the moment he lost that fight, I mean, he might as well have just lost it because, you know, I mean, the draw, sorry, he didn't lose it, but he might as well have just lost it, you know, same way because once he got that draw, I knew nobody was going to fight him.
I like Michael Hunter, but there's a problem with Michael Hunter. He's not natural heavyweight, you know, just like Usyk. Like they haven't got the power that you require for a heavyweight.
He doesn't have the power, and I think he needs to condition his body more. But skills, he has better skills than those guys. I mean, he's way faster than everyone. He's way faster than Povetkin. He's way faster than all of these heavyweights, I think, except maybe Andy Ruiz or that's hand speed. But I mean, what did I was watching Ali Bashir or something, and he said he's like a cat and he fights like a cat. He's really an in and out type of boxer. He's in, you know, he moves around really fast. He jabs a lot. And he'll mix it up on the inside if he has to, which will get him in trouble one of these days against a big guy who can punch hard. But he seems to take a decent shot. And those big guys he's been in with, like Kuzmin and Bakoli, you know, people who were supposed to beat him, he's steamrolled. You know, people sleep on Michael Hunter. I'm not saying he's an amazing fighter or nothing like that. But, like, I had to disagree with Mike earlier today. You know, if Dillian White had to choose between Povetkin and Hunter, you know, he should be fighting. You know, if somebody is for the sport, you should be fighting Hunter. It's a harder challenge, but of course you're going to pick the easier deal.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Because I think Hunter beats. I think Hunter would beat Dillian White.
I would put money on it.
I'll put money on Michael Hunter.
Who represents Michael Hunter now?
I don't know, man. I think Asim Rockman is still his manager / trainer, but they released him from Matchroom like 3 weeks ago. Huey Fury turned down a fight with him. Parker turned down a fight with him. Jilang. I don't know if he's really DAZN or not, even though he's fought on a DAZN card, I think. Who was the Hergovich guy? He wouldn't fight him. None of those guys, and White definitely is not going to fight him. So if nobody's going to fight you, they get rid of you. They did the same thing with Ortiz.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, he's a great – if you think about people like that you want to invest in as a heavyweight, bro. Like Michael Hunter would probably be within that top 5. Not necessarily top 5 heavyweights, but top 5 of dudes that I want to invest in long term, bro. Like all these other dudes are kind of ass cheek.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a good point. That's a great point that El Foul just made, man. Because a lot of these guys, man, like they're very like they're all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like Michael Hunter definitely comes across as a dude that's workable. You know what I'm saying? You can work with
very.
The guy, you know what I'm saying?
Very workable. He's like his dad. He's just like his dad.
There's a problem with Michael Hunter. I mean, he's a good fighter, but I don't know if he's got the clout. This is the problem with it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you haven't got the clout, you know, they're not gonna bother like building you up. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys agree with me.
That's
the problem. Yeah.
I agree. But for me personally, like, I mean, I'm not a mover and shaker. I'm not gonna be, I'm not gonna give these guys fights or money or anything like that. I'm nothing of real importance. But for me, you get my respect if you fight the fights and you work hard to try to fight those fights and you do what you need to do to put yourself in a position and you put your head down and you get the wins. And that's how I see Michael Hunter as. I know he doesn't do the interview thing or the Instagram like all these other guys who talk a lot, but he does the job a boxer should be. The first job, the priority. And that's enough for somebody like me. Now, I don't mean anything in this boxing world, but as a fan, that's more than, that's what I want from a fighter.
He's a good guy. He takes it serious. He's a good guy. He takes the sport serious. And, you know what I mean? But at the same time, that's not enough. He needs to have a big mouth in the sport. You need to be hyping yourself up. Like, look, when you look at Deontay Wilder, like, he used to talk, and that's what he was, famous for. You know what I mean? Most of
I'm not too much into go. I know I don't mean to cut you off, but I know what you mean, and it's true. Guys today need to build themselves up and things like that. But personally, I'm not into that stuff. Only thing that matters, as long as you fight the fights. You fight the best fights and you do what you need to do, you have my respect.
I'm surprised Tyrone likes Michael Hunter because he can't punch. Because he's not.
He can hit a little bit. He can hit a little bit.
Anybody?
He's not a piss puncher, son. I mean, he's got some.
It's like for example, you can't stand motherfucking Caleb Plant and shit.
I never said Caleb Plant couldn't hit. I never said that.
You like you shit on Devin Haney and shit.
Devin Haney cannot hit.
Oh man,
Devin Haney cannot hit. And think too, he's fighting guys 40, 50 pounds bigger than he is, and he's still hitting. I mean, he knocked out Bakoli and put Kuzmin on his ass. And he hurt Povetkin multiple times. I mean, I'm not saying he's a mega puncher. He can touch a little bit. He has some pop.
Nah, I'm messing around, bro.
But he hasn't got the power, like, the type of power that puts you down, and you don't get up.
He doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Nah, but most of these guys, that's so rare though. Like, most of these guys are not gonna really be that type of individual, like, knocking guys out in that regard. Like most of these guys are not gonna. Most of these guys are like that, bro. Like it's gonna be like if you think about it in the course of history of boxing, it's gonna be hard to find anybody who can legitimately knock out guys at the top level. I mean, that's a rarity. You know what I mean? This is why you gotta know how to box at some point. This is why for a guy like a Daniel Dubois or something, or F.A. Jabba, yeah, they can knock these guys out now. Well, what the fuck I'm talking about? Because if they was to fight each other, one of them was getting knocked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Them slow guys dudes, man. One of them dudes are getting knocked out. Oh wait, isn't F.A. on Top Rank now?
Yep. And
why did he leave? Why he left PBC?
I don't know. I have no idea.
He left because of money. Obviously, he's getting paid more. Apparently, he's Jay Prince. He's the one that persuaded him to go with Top Rank. And ain't the ESPN the biggest boxing channel in America? Can you guys correct me on that one, or I'm not really sure, but I've been told that's the biggest channel.
I mean, yeah, I really, okay. Now, if you're talking about from a rating standpoint, Fox definitely beats ESPN ratings wise. When the fights are actually on Fox, the ratings are a lot better than ESPN's. You know what I'm saying? And I would say Fox, PBC puts together better fights.
And at the same time, he hasn't been in the big events. Like, for example, like he should have been, to me, he should have been on that card, Fury Wilder. Like, why not? You know what I mean? They could have sweetened the guy a little bit. Like, you know, he was like, let's face it, he was fighting on some bum cards, you know? And he was just, no one was really watching him, you know what I mean? So maybe, like, he got promised, look, you're going to be headlining a show, or you're going to be, like, you know, fighting on one of the big cards, you know what I mean? So it is what it is, you know? I'm not going to blame him going, you know what I mean? All these fighters, they're on their own at the end of the day. Boxing is a brutal sport, it's a selfish sport, and you have to do best for yourself.
Oh yeah,
you know
absolutely. What I mean? I don't really blame them for him not being on the Wilder undercard against Fury, because if you remember, he was the co-main of the Charlo and Harrison fight. That was in December. So I guess if you put him against a bum like 2 months later, I guess I see what you're saying. Maybe, I don't know.
Nah, and honestly too, like in the especially with what's going on in boxing right now, and like the fights that ESPN, like, who are like the only ones throwing like boxing matches like on TV right now regularly at the moment due to coronavirus. Like, I think FA was better in the top ranked table, like, because FA, to me, he's still like developing, bro. FA got a lot of holes, bro. Like, I didn't think he had a lot of holes, but FA got mad holes, bro. He looks suspect in almost every fight. So
I was laughing. I was laughing when he got put on his ass, because my brother was right there next to me, and I was like, he's gonna run through this guy. And my brother was like, you never know. He's a plus 1200. And then the whole fight, that was a fun fight. That card was nice.
Bro,
that card was nice.
If I remember, I was at that event, bro.
You were there, yeah.
I was there, man, dude.
I mean, the whole thing was a whole bunch.
Ooh, bro. That shit was fire, bro.
It was. It was the best PBC card. It was the best card last year.
That was the best card of last year, especially if you're talking about like after the fact. It was money.
Looking back, it was the best card, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
all the fights were fire.
For sure.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, I had a amazing time.
Mm-hmm.
So Tyrone, let me ask you, if you had to invest in a boxer long term, would you rather invest in Michael Hunter or Timothy Moulton?
I think, to be honest, probably Tim Moten, because he could clean my clothes, and Tim Moten is multi-purpose. You know, he can clean my clothes, you know, wash the bathroom. He can do a whole bunch of stuff.
Hey, is he an active fighter?
I don't know. What's going on, Mike?
Oh shoot, man! Heard y'all talking about FA Jabba. Man,
what's up, yeah? What's up? Let me, before you talk about Jagba, I want to finish off on Jagba about that knockout. Knockdown from Kalatse. You know that knockdown, yeah? Like, that was a heavy knockdown. You know what I mean? If he was a bum, Jagba, he would give up there and then. But guess what? He got up and he went on menace, and he nearly killed Kalatse. You know what I mean? So that's how I know this guy, like, there's something about him. And you know what? So what if he went down? Do you know what I mean? It happens. And it's all about, you know, the finish. The finish was beautiful. You know what I mean? That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, when he went down.
Yeah, but he's stupid as fuck, Tyrone. That shit was funny as hell. I was like the same way, Tyrone, but he needed that shit. You know what I'm saying? He needed that shit, because the man needs to know how to keep his hands up, and you know what I'm saying, and worry about getting back, man. The dude, he throwing punches, you know what I'm saying, and he not getting them hands back, you know, and he's too slow, and he's not moving. You know what I'm saying? He ain't moving. he just, rocking back and forth, chasing people around the ring, walking around. You know what I'm saying? No head moving and shit. He need that. And he gonna sit up over there and get pointers from Mike Tyson and shit like that. Y'all, I know y'all seen that video, and stuff like that. And I don't understand is like, how can you know who the hell Mike Tyson is? How the hell can you know who all these great fighters is and go up there and chop it up with them and stuff like that? And you don't even exhibit the qualities that they had, You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of and it's not like disgraceful or anything, but it's like what do you do as a professional athlete to make your skills better? But yeah, that's what he get. He needed to get his ass knocked down.
That's what makes you a man, you know what I mean? Now I know what the real Ajagba is like. So let's say a Wilder or a Fury or no, not Fury actually, I take it back. A Wilder or AJ or maybe a White, if they put him down, don't be surprised if he gets up. And you know what? When someone gets up after that kind of knockdown, that will scare you. Like, oh my God, he took my best shot and he got up. You get that shit can confuse you, man. You know what I mean? That's why I know this guy. You know what I mean? I've been a big advocate for the Ajagba, the Nigerian beast. You know what I mean? He's gonna do great things, man.
I think a lot of these guys are middle of the road. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna be at the top because the competition is just not that great, in my opinion, unless there's some guys up in the horizon that we don't know about. You know what I mean? But if you ask me, man, like Efe Ajagba, he has a big punch, but he's slow as molasses. He don't have no head movement. Boxing abilities is lackluster to beat that.
Okay, hold on, Brooklyn. Okay. We know Joe Joyce is slow, but we know Efe ain't as slow as him. But those two brothers do exhibit that they have some power, right?
Of course.
Who do you think out of them two? Who do y'all think out of them two exhibit more skill?
I think Dubois definitely has more skill.
No. I meant Joe Joyce and just Efe Ajagba.
I think Joyce got. I think I would edge it towards Joyce, but at the same time, Ajagba seems like he's learning quite fast. You have to remember he joined the sport quite late. You know what I mean? So he's learning much quicker than Joyce, and I think his head movement will come soon as well. Like, all he needs is a little bit of training. Remember, the guy's from Africa, Nigeria. You know what I mean? He comes from like his background. Read about it. Like, he kind of came from a poor background, and he's gonna do his best to be up there. But
yeah, I mean, who's more skilled between Joyce and the Ajagba? Like, I mean, that's a coin flip if you ask me.
I think Joe Joyce, bro. I think Joe Joyce is just slow as shit. Like, one, Joe Joyce, I mean, doesn't take like crazy shots, but from two, Joe Joyce, I mean, as slow as he is and as fucking slow as his hands look, he gives you the same output fucking from round 1 to round 12. So, like, I'll give him that. Like, he's constantly on the attack to a degree, or the same level of attacking that he does from round 1 or 2. But I'd probably say Joe Joyce. Yo, Ajagba got mad old, bro. Like, Ajagba was just abusing dudes that they put in front of him, which aren't all that anyway. But any regular, a Dillian White could probably beat Efe handedly, and that's not saying much, bro. Joe Joyce could probably beat Efe.
I think the guy, like I said earlier, the guy to watch out for with development is that top ranked prospect. I forget the dude's name. He's a black.
Oh, the big baby, the real big baby, big baby.
Yeah.
Gerald Anderson.
I think, dude. I like him.
Yeah, but he's a bit similar.
To see how his career plays out.
He's similar to Michael Hunter, though. That's my issue. Is he's a good boxer, but I'm looking at him the same way as I'm looking at Michael Hunter, the skill wise, and has he got the power? But at the same time, he's only 20 years old, so he hasn't got the man strength just yet. So let's not judge him too early. Yeah,
I wouldn't worry about the. I mean, that man strength that comes way before you're 20. In my opinion, that comes way before you're 20. It's just how you use it before then to keep it up. And I'm a prime example of that because I play football. But yeah, I mean, I didn't bring it up to call nobody out as far as what they know about boxing. I just see it as like a fight I would want to see. They like I said, they got in here around the same around the same year. So I think that they had the fights and stuff like that to for them to get up in the ring and see what comes out, just like it would be with Joe Joyce and Daniel Dubois. Another guy is, if he could get his shit together, well, it's not really all his fault, but I think Franklin is good too. Benjamin, I think he's good. I think the problem with his is his weight. Like Stormy B Man was talking about earlier, that one is a weight issue, flat out. That one's a weight and conditioning issue. Maybe with a side of some training, but I think he's pretty good too. But I don't think he has more power than that Big Baby Cat character. I think he's right there on the cusp of probably you could even probably say a little bit below, maybe at the same as far as power with Michael Hunter. You know what I'm saying? And my last question to everybody is: so when you watch the Alexander Povetkin's highlight reel and you compare Dillian White's and Povetkin's KO ratios, who do y'all think got the better hook?
Who got the better hook? Definitely Povetkin.
No, Dillian White, I would say. You know why? With Dillian White,
Povetkin,
with Dillian White
is dangerous, bro.
With Dillian White, you won't see it coming. You can't see it coming. With Povetkin, you can literally see it coming.
Well, I can tell you this one thing: you can't see his hook coming, and that's the reason why even Duopal was it Duopal he fought, or was it Wag? They both kind of look. They both look.
You mean the one who
like dumbasses to me? He avoided Dillian White's left foot a lot in that fight.
Wait, whack. Yeah.
That
was a close fight. Yeah, Brooklyn. Me and Brooklyn were talking about how close. Most people were talking about how close that fight was. I thought it was 6-4.
Yeah, I thought like you could. I think I scored that a draw.
A draw. Yeah.
I think. Hold on. Let me see. Go back to my scorecard. I think I
forgot. Brooklyn keep this shit on. But Brooklyn got his shit online on his phone.
Yeah, I think I remember him saying he scored it a draw because it was close.
I mean, but I'm not trying to say like I think Povetkin got the best. I think Povetkin got the best hook. I think he got the best hook. But I think this fight, because with Dillian White, when them legs get like that, he's already halfway about to fall.
Yeah,
and that's not from stamina. That's from getting whoops upside your head. And a lot of people, I mean, we could say this about Joseph Parker. When Michael Hunter had Povetkin, a lot of these boxers don't know how to put people away.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, I agree.
No, I didn't even know that fight.
I agree. Yeah, a lot of these boxers don't know how to put people away,
and it happens too often.
Yeah,
I mean, Deontay Wilder had his chance with Stavern the first fight to put him away. It was a part of the bell, and he didn't. I mean, letting the dude grab him and shit like that, and he fell all over him and shit. Joseph Parker, Michael Hunter with the Povetkin first fight. You can say Daniel Dubois sometimes I think sometimes he fucking gets confused and don't know what to do, but he just goes back to, I guess, what the game plan is, but he's confused. Because Daniel Dubois kind of gives you a 3-piece, a 4-piece, and he'll back up and he'll see you wobble and he'll do it again, and he'll back up and he'll do it again, and next thing you know, the bell rings. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my thing, like Stormy B-Man said, is like at that point, I'm attacking the body so I can attack upstairs. I mean, but I don't. I mean, I'm not a boxer, but it's easier said than done. But I'm not gonna get up in that ring and not do no damn fundamentals.
I'm gonna laugh so hard if he pulls it off, man.
Who, Povetkin?
Yeah, I really want that to happen.
Hey, yeah, me and you gonna make a video on your channel.
Yeah, I'm gonna go live immediately.
Immediately. And if Dillian White loses, he can't talk no more. Well, he can. He could talk shit still, but all that other shit he talking about, he had fought all these hard fights, and I keep pulling up the spreadsheet that I made, and he hasn't. Like I said, he's been trying to work on becoming a pay-per-view fighter, and he's been talking too much. They even try to make a controversy thing with this fight because this fight had no controversy, and they even tried to make ones like, well, you know, Dillian White might do something if he sees Povetkin, so we got to keep them apart. Like, what?
Yeah,
like
Morty.
Povetkin don't say shit.
You know, I think
like the same.
I think if Povetkin does it, I think he's gonna catch White in between one of those big sloppy right hooks that he throws, right?
That's the best time to get him.
That big or the big right hand, the right hand that he throws.
The only thing about the right hand and the only thing about them hooks and them heavy shots these heavyweights be throwing is like you just don't want to get caught behind it. And
Right.
that's where Povetkin is going to have to figure out how he can not get caught
Yeah.
and land something big. But Dillian White ain't got the best of legs. He just got good ass equilibrium. He got good balance.
Mm-hmm.
He got good balance because you seen them legs. We all seen them damn legs against Joseph Parker too. 12th round.
I mean, he does this thing like when he gets hurt. I mean, you see the Bambi dance and then the legs, and then he's doing the muchacha, and then the electric slide, and then he puts his hands out like literally at 90 degrees, like he's about to do a trust fall or something, and then he just starts hanging on and hanging on and hanging on, and then the head starts bobbling, and he's basically just announcing to everybody in the world that he's hurt. Get me out of here.
It's like when a plane is going down, they saying Mayday, Mayday, Mayday.
But that's the thing. But that's the thing
basically.
about Dillian White. That he's a very sloppy fighter.
Yes.
Like, even when he throws a jab, like okay, he looks like even when he's throwing a jab, it looks like fucking spit is about to come out of his mouth. He's a doofus, man.
I got it. You know, he reminds me of.
And that's the only thing I give to Anthony Joshua with his second fight against Ruiz. That shit looked as sloppy as fuck on his part. It looked as sloppy as fuck on his part. All the way he was running, the way his legs, everything just looked sloppy on it, like it was something new to him, but he did it anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like he was doing a new dance routine, but he only practiced it twice. You know what I'm saying? He ain't practiced it in front of his parents. You know what I'm saying? But he did the right thing by staying away from that dude. And Dillian White tried to do something similar to that against Derek Chisora in the second fight, which was use his jab. But the thing about it is even with his jab, Derek Chisora was still whooping that ass. The only thing bad about Derek Chisora is that he runs on his slogan is war, but it doesn't have the war stamina.
Yeah. How you explosive power.
How are you supposed to be a Spartan warrior, Mr. 300, and you don't have the stamina?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And you're supposed to, like Stormy B-Man knows. You know what I'm saying? Like he says, these guys, they do countless rounds. They're supposed to do countless rounds in the gym. Countless rounds in the gym, and then they get on the world stage, they can't even do 6. You hear fighters talking about they did 15, 20 rounds, or they do 12 rounds multiple times a day, or 15 rounds multiple times a day, and then they get in the ring.
Yep.
After all that damn bragging about how they camp is going and what they've been doing, and they get in the ring, and I don't know if they don't know how to pace themselves, or before the fight happens, they too anxious, their heart race and stuff like that, and they just forget what they're supposed to be doing. I don't know what it is, but I think I think this fight is truly a 50-50 fight.
Yeah.
But if Dillian White loses, man, I'm laughing all the way to the bank.
Same.
That's the thing, though. I don't want him to lose because
I want him
if he loses this fight, you know, it's gonna be like only 3 guys in the heavyweight division that people are gonna be talking about. You know, as much as I don't really like Dillian White, at the same time, it's nice to have this guy, you know, that's talking a lot in the background. You know what I mean? It's something to talk about. If he loses this fight, that's it. He's finished. Like, you know, no one's gonna chat about him.
But Pepe,
you know what I mean?
But Pepe, you, I mean, it is nice when you have somebody talking in the background.
But it gets old if he's the same thing over and over again, and it's just the blatant lies over
right there,
and
Tyrone.
over again. Right
there, Tyrone. Yep. And the lies, and because you have to understand, a lot of these guys, they know the most. Like the most they stay on social media, the most they put out there on their YouTube page and all this other thing on Facebook and stuff like that. It keeps them relevant. They know that. I mean, but these guys are paying people to get online and spread propaganda on social media, i.e., Wilder's not relevant. Let's talk about the winner against Anthony Joshua Fury fighting Dillian White or some other ass fucking clown up over there. There ain't nothing wrong with anybody wanting an all heavyweight fight, an all British heavyweight fight in the UK. But that's not what's gonna fucking happen.
I don't know why happen either.
They taking that shit to Dubai or somewhere else. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't know why, you know, people think that it's okay. It's okay. If that's what you want to hear. I'm not a love and boxing type of guy. I don't care what Gary Russell got to say, because I know Gary Russell is full of shit. I don't care what the Charlo twins are saying, because I know one needs to be sitting on somebody's couch talking to a fucking therapist, and the other one trying to tell him is like, wait a minute, calm down, you're fucking up the church's money. So you have to have the skills to back it up. And at the same time, as you have to talk your talk, but within reason. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be talking over here, I'm calling out everybody and this and the third, blah, 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 whoop, whoop. But you ain't even done what you're supposed to do in your boxing career to where you could get people to fight you, because people don't want to fight for free.
Wait, hold on. What happened? What happened to didn't Jarrell Miller get caught up with another drug charge?
Man, we ain't heard shit about that.
Yep.
We ain't heard shit. I don't know. Ask Tyrone, because we ain't heard shit since he a couple what was it? It was a week or two of talking.
They're keeping it quiet.
We ain't heard nothing from none of these boxing commissions. We ain't heard nothing from these sanctioning bodies.
So he's not getting in trouble for that shit? He's not gonna get banned from the sport or something?
No, he's not gonna get banned. Basically, what's gonna happen is like they're lying low for a bit.
The lie low, yeah, it sounds like that.
What you saying? What you saying, P-Boxing? What you saying?
Yeah, they're lying low for a bit, you know what I mean? People are gonna be forgetting about it, you know what I mean? And after that, you know, about a year's time, obviously nothing's going on at the moment anyway, so in about a year's time, they're gonna make up something, you know. He passed the B sample just to start. You know, they made a mistake, the lab made a mistake, you know, he's not like that, he's a good character, just to start. Then we're gonna see him probably like, you know, sometime next year, like in August, something like that, you know what I mean?
He needs to be banned from the sport, man.
Hey, this is my question. This is my question. Who the fuck is testing in the U.S.?
I don't know.
Isn't it VADA?
USADA.
I mean, don't quote me on this, but I don't believe VADA testing right now. Only people I know that's testing is UCAB, but I don't even know if they tested for all these fights.
Basically, all I know is I know like AJ, like he gets tested by VADA all the time and by UCAD all the time. That's all I know. But I don't know about the rest.
We know about AJ and VADA, but I don't think VADA is testing a now nada. If anything, it's probably gonna be up to these boxing commissions and USADA. But you got to think about this COVID shit. So we know up over here, I don't know if you noticed, but at one point you couldn't go to any state. So some states was green and some states was red. So if I'm in a red state, I can't go to a green state. So if you have piss test people that's from a red state, they can't go to a green state to go watch somebody piss in the cup. At one point, I don't know if that stuff is still going down right now, but I know that you still have ROM, which is if you fly on an airplane from one state to the other, technically by work, especially if you're working for the Department of Defense, you have to wait 14 days in your hotel. So I'm pretty sure they would have to do their self-quarantine by some sort of guidelines as well if they flying on flights. I think that's actually supposed to be the thing. Now, if you're driving in the car, it's different. But I don't think VADA's testing right now, bro. Because y'all heard the rumors back in the days up over there in Mexico, people was just pissing in random cups and like 1 cups, you know, the red cups that you get in the store. People just pissing in random cups and sealing it, Tupperware jars and all kind of shit, and taking it to a piss test company for coming from their own team.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you can piss in, anyone's cup. They're not even gonna test the DNA. They're just gonna test if the piss is clean, and that's it. You know what I mean? That's why they take. I know that they take like blood of the fighters in the UK, but I don't know what it's like in America. You know what I mean?
I don't know. You got to ask Stormy or somebody else with that blood shit. But only thing I know about the blood that I heard of was when Mayweather requested that shit from Pacquiao. Ain't that right, Tyrone?
For what? For VADA?
Ain't that the only time we heard about somebody getting blood taken?
I think. I think in the big, you know.
I'm pretty sure it's probably somewhere in VADA or USADA's rules. Because you guys got 2 piss test companies out there too. I forget what the other one is, but you guys got UCAD and there's the other one. But UCAD is predominantly for all professional sports in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But what y'all think about the Katie Taylor Pursoon fight, man? What y'all think about that one?
I think it's gonna be an interesting fight.
I didn't even see the first fight.
Katie, obviously, she lost the first fight, but they gave it to her anyway. But this fight, she could have easily said no. She's the champion. But guess what? She's the real one because, like, she's saying, you know what, let's do it. But apparently, her team didn't want this fight. But she's the one that demanded, look, everyone's saying that I lost. I want a rematch with this girl. You know what I mean? So this is going to be an interesting fight. Pursoon ain't going to be lying down. So I don't know, man. You know, this is another 50-50 fight. We'll see.
Yeah, Brooke, you might want to go watch that fight, man. It was actually pretty good. And but before that fight, that's the reason why I was trying to tell everybody that Katie Taylor and Cecilia get her ass whooped by Clarissa Shields. People laughing at me and shit like that. I'm like, bruh, it's like the defense is something else. Y'all just looking at the European style of fighting, like, you know, you turn somebody and you're looking good a couple of times and stuff like that. But I think that seriously, like, I think how boxing should go is you need different types of training. I think American fighters should learn the European style of fighting, and I think that European style of fighters, they should learn different things from different gyms because, you know, we got too many damn gyms that's totally fucking different up over here. I think they should do that. And a lot of times than not, some of that shit is easier said than done. I mean, you got Soul City Gym in Toledo. You got a couple of gyms in Detroit, Flint, Grand Rapids, California, North Carolina, Virginia, Florida, New York. There's all types of gyms New Jersey. There's all kind of gyms that, you know, will open anybody with open arms. They got like a little fucking sense. They got some sense. You know what I'm saying?
What about the Kronk's gym? What about the Kronk's gym? What is so good about that?
I think really what's the good thing about that is that I think the main thing is attacking angles, and I think the main thing with that is attacking angles, footwork, and it's just exploiting your fighter, like exploiting your fighter's weakness. And I think they do that. I think they break that, exploiting the fighter that you fighting against weaknesses to a team, whether or not it's cheating or not.
The thing is, though, you know that the Wilder Fury, too. Obviously, it's been a long time ago now. At the same time, like, you know, whether he cheated or not, like Fury, like, you know, that was still a bad beating, isn't it? You know, and you know, the cheating bit that we're saying is like, you know, he didn't have no padding in his gloves. At the same time, you know, the way he was landing those punches and everything, the way he was fighting, like headlocking and grabbing him, the weight, you know.
Well, what I would see, this is the only thing I was saying, because this is the only thing I can tell, because you can see that at one angle it appears that Tyson Fury didn't have any padding in his gloves, or that his gloves were inadequate for that match. I wasn't arguing that. My whole argument was that you can literally see he's sliding his hand in and out of his glove. You know what I'm saying? And even if you can't prove that, you know what I'm saying, as far as me and you, the fans and stuff like that, it's still, to me, enough to investigate. Because you can literally see a picture that I put on my one of my little live streams. I think it was the last one. Wasn't the first one. I think it was like midway or something like that. You can literally see. You could put damn near 3-4 fingers in his glove.
The thing is, though, I don't think that's the reason why he lost. Even though to me, I see him cheating and everything, but you know what? The reason why Wilder lost is because Fury, he was using his weight. He was using a lot of dirty tactics, you know. And then the referee you know, he got away with it because of the ref, you know. Obviously, he took a point.
No, me and Mike both agree that we didn't think Wilder was right in the fight. I mean,
he wasn't right as well. He was like, at the end of the day, a normal Wilder, the Wilder that we seen against Ortiz too. You know, he was more accurate. He was patient, even though he was getting outboxed for the whole fight.
He moved around more.
He moved around more.
That was the big thing. Like, I knew it was obvious when a decaf walked up to me and told me that Wilder wasn't as jumpy as he usually was. He doesn't even know jumpy or movement or nothing, but he noticed that something was wrong. So
his eyes was a bit different as well.
Yeah,
like the man looked drained as well. Like it wasn't weird. Like it was like a zombie in there. To me, when I seen him, like, you know, he was touching his eyes a lot as well. I don't know if you guys noticed it. Like, he looked tired.
Deer in the headlights.
Who was doing that shit in the fight kept blinking? Was it Tony Harrison or somebody else?
Tevin Farmer.
Yeah, kept doing all that, looking up. Wilder was doing that, but I told folks before the fight, I was like, you know, y'all know I say a whole bunch of outlandish shit, but I told folks before that fight that Tyson Fury could knock Deontay Wilder out.
You did,
and I told folks that,
and you were right.
And I told folks that Wilder needs to move. He can't just sit around and wait for that shot. He got to move. He got to go to the body more. You know, he got to throw different punches. He can't just throw a 1-2. Even though when he throw that, let me tell you something. When Wilder throws that hard 1-2 down the middle, there ain't shit you could do. There ain't shit you can do.
Especially Wilder's chop is so effective.
If you see how the way Wilder did that shit with dual pause with all the other guys before him, when he throw that 1-2 down the middle, motherfuckers don't want to really move. They don't want to try to dodge it. The only thing they want to do is just cover up and make sure they don't get fucking hit.
Do you know, like the first fight? The first fight when he put down the first fight when he put down Fury, the first time when he put down Fury was trying to do that herky jerky shit, yeah? He was trying to move, and guess what? He got him, you know what I mean? And that's the first knockdown. I'm talking about the 9th round, yeah? I'm not even talking about the 12th round. He was like doing the herky jerky kind of thing, and the man just got caught. Do you know what I mean? Wilder wasn't having that shit, you know what I mean?
And then the thing with Wilder is that The only thing that Fury was worried about in the first fight and the second fight with that right hand was Wilder rocking back. He'd rock back, and then he'd throw the right hand. He was waiting on that. So every time with Wilder rocked back, he had either what? He either catch him with a punch before he get there, or he would move the fuck out of the way and counter. So that's the reason why.
And
so
you know the Brazil fight.
Go ahead, Pepe.
You know the Brazil fight, yeah? Like everyone wants to call Brazil Obama and all that sort of stuff. But guess what? Brazil, yeah, if you remember the first few seconds or whatever, yeah, like he came on to Wilder and he's trying to like punch him. And guess what? Wilder done exactly that same thing that you're talking about. He went back a bit and then like that's how he hurt him. Do you know what I mean?
But that's the reason why I said like you just gotta attack your opponent's flaws, man. And that's the only thing that Wilder got to do. It ain't like he got to do this and he got to do that. It's really the only thing he got to do is attack Tyson Fury's flaws. So if Tyson Fury is more worried about watching your right hand, and you know Wilder's left hook is a little bit slow, if that left hook land, it's a good left hook, stronger than your boy. Probably stronger than all of them, right? But the whole thing about it is you can see it coming. So my whole thing is that with Deontay Wilder's left hook, I would throw a short left hook. But the only thing about throwing the short left hook is, like with Tyson Fury likes to hit you behind the ear. So if you got a fighter that likes to hit you behind the ear, putting your gloves up in the guard is just not enough. You have to move, because he's trying to literally hit you in the back of your fucking dome piece. He doesn't care. The back of your dome piece, top of your head, wherever the ref ain't gonna call at that particular point in time because he can't see, or the shit is happening too fast, he gonna do it. And I don't blame him for not doing it. The whole thing about it is, do you have to do that in order to win? In order for you to win, do you have to cheat?
Yes. Why not? They all do it anyway.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's the whole thing that I'm trying to say. That's called fucking integrity. Integrity.
No one has integrity
in boxing, man.
No. This is where I'm good. This is where I'm hitting at. There should be integrity in boxing. Just like there should be integrity in all sports. The whole thing about it is people keep allowing people to give people outs because of the referee or because you like a fighter so much. You see what I'm saying?
But Mike, this is not a sport. You know, this is real. This is not even a sport. I don't class boxing as a sport anymore.
It don't matter how you put it. You could call it a gladiator sport. You could call it this or whatever the case may be. No matter how you put it, it's a sport.
Anything goes.
But it's a one-man team. It's a sport, but it's a one-man team.
I would say do what you got to do, man. I would say do what you got to do to get that win, and that's what they all do.
You know what? And that's fine. And that's fine. But that's what I'm saying. That's integrity. And so when you have fighters out there that lack fucking integrity in the ring, what makes you think they ain't gonna lack integrity outside the ring as well? And then not only that, with this integrity thing, why should you? Why like a fighter that you know is a known fucking cheater?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kenneth in the chat, Kenneth Johnson, he made a great statement. He said basically, you know, when Wilder was in Italy in December, he might have caught maybe the COVID-19, and I actually agree with him.
Caught this shit over here.
No, because in Italy it was worse. You know, in Italy, there's like before it happened to America, a lot of people died in Italy back in March.
You know, they wasn't saying nothing about no COVID cases over here in January. Everybody, Tyrone, Brooklyn could attest to this. You know how many motherfuckers was sick in January? In February?
Man, straight up, man. Wilder got beat up, man. And he needs to come back in the third fight and redeem.
Yeah, he got his ass whooped.
It is what it is, bro.
Yeah, he got his ass whooped.
Shit, like it's a tough. It's a like I shit. I'll be lying if I say it's not a tough pill to swallow. You know, I'm still not over that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, bro. He got his ass whooped. He got to come back because I think he could definitely perform better. He can't get any worse.
No, definitely not.
Okay, so this is a good question right here, though. Okay, this is a good question. What do you think about fighters that have a rematch clause and don't take the rematch and take 2 fights off, or get their ass whooped like Deontay Wilder did and take 2 fights off? Do you think that if you were a championship fighter and you think that you were the best, should you take 2 fights off or should you run it back?
Normally, you know, like, okay, you know, when AJ lost against Ruiz, yeah, everybody was saying like, oh, you know what, the same thing is gonna happen to you. Don't take it. You know, have a warm-up fight. This, that. And AJ, you know, he took the rematch straight away within 6 months, and he chose to box with him rather than doing what he normally does. You know, he normally fights people to knock them out, but he actually went there, you know, to dance around the ring, whatever you want to call it, to win by points. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. A win is a win. But I would say,
okay, cool. My bad.
Can Wilder do that? Yes, he can do that as well. I don't care how tall Fury is.
Pepe, that's not the question. The question is that I was just giving out scenarios. But if you think that you the best, right? Right? And you're supposed to be a championship fighter, right?
Yeah.
Should you take a rematch or should you take 2 fights? Or a fight?
I would say in this particular case, he has to take the rematch immediately, because you know why? You got the WBC talking with Dillian Whyte and all that sort of stuff, and you got Eddie Hearn on the other side talking about undisputed. You know what I mean? And once he takes a couple of more fights, you know, you could have someone else having that belt. Maybe AJ could be holding all those belts. You know what I mean? And then Wilder's going to be fighting Fury for no belt.
No,
so that's why he needs to fight him right now.
Well, no. Well, this is the reason why I asked the question. You didn't have to go all into that, and the reason why I said this is because you have to think about this. For a man to take a rematch after the ass whooping that he received, and after the condition his body was in, after the ass whooping that he received, to take a rematch for this fight shows how much heart, shows championship heart, and all that. You see what I'm saying? And now, when I sit back and I look at all that shit that you just said, it is true, but I'm in stuff. I'm not saying it's like it's bullshit. I'm in stuff.
But we don't know the truth, though. But you know why? We don't know the truth, though.
Hold up. Because when I look at, okay, Tyrone back. Okay, cool. When I look at the all this shit going on with Tyson Fury, whether or not it be the AJ fight, the Dillian Whyte fight, it doesn't matter. As long as Marcelo Sulaiman can't do nothing about it. Only thing it really would be is Deontay Wilder. I mean, Tyson. If Tyson Fury fighting Dillian Whyte, and then after that he fighting Deontay Wilder again, because Marcelo Sulaiman legally can't call for a mandatory fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, which the WBC can make mandatories like that.
Okay, let me ask you a question, Mike. Okay, let's say Fury drops this belt, yeah? And that belt, obviously, that goes to Dillian Whyte because he's interim champion, right?
Yeah. Say it again, Pepe.
So that, yeah, so... Yeah,
Pepe, say it again. You broke up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Say it again.
Okay, let's say Fury he basically drops the belt, yeah, and then obviously Dillian White is going to be the champion because he's the interim champion right now. So is Wilder still going to fight Fury? That's the question. Because without a belt, will he still fight him?
I think he would. Well, that's a hard. Well, I would believe he would, but I think Anthony Joshua. I think it will be up to Anthony Joshua if he want to give Deontay Wilder that shot, and it's going to be dependent on where that fight is going to happen.
I'm going to make a bold prediction. I want to make a bold prediction, bro.
What, Wilder gets knocked out again?
No, Tyson Fury is going to get knocked out, bro. Tyson Fury is going to get knocked out by Wilder, bro. Wilder's going to knock this fool out, bro. That's the only thing that I see, bro.
Just to touch
Call me naive, but fuck it. You know what I mean?
Kenneth Johnson's point. I didn't even think about that. That's a really good point.
As long as
Said he thinks that Wilder could have gotten the coronavirus early. Maybe. Very possible. Yeah, that's I didn't even think about that.
Don't watch that.
That's it right there.
Yeah, that got to be there.
Yeah, I'm just saying it was already on there, right?
Okay. Hey, y'all, I gotta go, man. I gotta help my boy out with this goddamn serpentine goddamn pulley, man.
Okay.
Peace out, bro.
Yeah.
All right,
All right, bro.
Yep.
All right, fellas.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Wilder's knocking this dude out, bro. I'm telling you that right now, dog.
I think if he's 100%, yeah, he should.
But like the problem with especially with because like I said, a big reason why the main reason why I haven't been on like the boxing talk and boxing channels and shit, because I've been studying up on nutrition. Wilder is somebody who suffers from a lot of inflammation. You know what I mean? He's always has something, a cold, this or that. Like it's always something with Wilder, bro. So I don't know, man. I think I don't know. Maybe he needs to change up his routine so like he's healthy. You know what I mean? Because it seems like he's always has some type of ailment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
Do you think Wilder's body is breaking down bit by bit because he's got his bicep is, he had a surgery on his bicep. He broke his hand before, and is this gonna be good for him in the long term? Because this is the thing, and at the same time he's not getting any younger as well.
Yeah, because a big thing though with Wilder, bro, like. The guy's power is something serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if he lands on a man, like it's like you punching a wall. You know what I'm saying? And then your hand's gonna hurt. You know what I mean? That's for anybody. You punch an object, your hand is gonna hurt. Your wrist, your arm, your forearm, whatever. You know what I'm saying? His punching power, bro, like. It's not normal, bro. It's something different. So like him tearing his ligaments and breaking his hands and shit like that doesn't surprise me. It's just something. Now I remember he said something like, but I don't see Wilder fighting up until he's 40. I definitely don't see that because his body just breaks down too much. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I could definitely see Wilder. Yeah. His body's definitely breaking down for sure.
Yeah, but listen, he doesn't need to fight until he's 40 because he's made the money, and he's gonna make more money against Fury, and he cemented his legacy. He's got like 10 title defenses. He was the world champion. He was a bronze Olympic champion as well. I mean, Wilder, he doesn't. Like, if it doesn't work, let's say it doesn't work out for him, he's still a legend, you know what I mean, in the game. He'll be remembered. Yeah. He gets a lot of hate on the internet, and that's the only place he gets hate. You know what I mean? It's just YouTube. And, it's only, few people that hate him, you know what I mean? most of the people, you know, they think Wilder's a dangerous guy. You know, he's a good boxer. He knocked out
Wilder. Deontay Wilder is a perfect example of an overachiever. Because there's been more talented guys in the heavyweight division in the past, but they haven't accomplished nowhere close to what Wilder has accomplished.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Let me just touch on. Sorry to cut you off. Just be quick. Kenneth Johnson says he should get an antibodies test. Look at how much he bled from a scratch in his ear. COVID-19 affects the body. Clotting factors. Yeah, Kenneth Johnson. I touched on your last point about how he may have had COVID early, but go ahead, Brooklyn.
No. I mean that's possible, man. Because that COVID shit. I mean, I didn't hear about COVID until like February, but it was around though.
I heard about it back in late 2019, like around December, and that's why it's called COVID-19. So he was in Italy, and Italy, you know, that shit hit Italy really, really hard, you know. And obviously, Wilder didn't know about the COVID-19, you know, back then. Otherwise, he wouldn't have went to Italy. So it's really, really possible that he catch that shit in Italy. Or maybe Mike is saying, you know, maybe it happened in America. Maybe that's true, because obviously no one was really talking about it. So, but I did hear about him having a flu back in January, that he couldn't go to the football game, the college football game, to promote the fight. So maybe he had a COVID-19, but he never done that test. You know what I mean? Because no one was really worried about COVID-19 back then. We was just treating it as like a common flu. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, but regardless to it, man, like the only thing I see is Tyson Fury getting knocked the fuck out, man. That's the only thing. I'm telling you, man, that's the only thing I see, dog. Tyson Fury's getting knocked out, bro. That motherfucker's getting knocked out. Like, I see something brutal. And plus, like, we saw the clear course of history. It's not the first time we've seen something like this. You think about it. You think about when Max Mellon beat Joe Louis. You know what I mean? And then Joe Louis came back and knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, you know, I see a similar situation like that. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's new under the sun. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it.
Right.
Nothing's new under the sun. I see Wilder knocking this guy out bad, dude.
I really hope so. Like, you know, I'm an AJ fan, yeah, but at the same time, yeah, like I like Wilder for what he stands for as a black man. You know what I mean? And I'm fed up with Tyson Fury fans, the way they are talking lately. You know what I mean? I'm really, really fed up.
What they talking about?
Tyson Fury fans.
What they saying?
They just hate us, innit? You know what I mean? They're making like videos about Wilder on a consistent basis. They always talk about Tyson Fury all the time in their video. I mean, not Tyson Fury. They talk about Deontay Wilder consistent basis. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just Wilder, just slandering the man's name. I just hope, you know, he knocks him out, man, because I had enough of Tyson Fury, you know what I mean? And his fans. I just want them to go away, man. A lot of people, obviously, they hate Dillian Whyte, but I hate Tyson Fury more, man. I want Tyson Fury I want him gone, man. I want him gone. I had enough.
Yeah, man. Well, regardless to it, I mean, shit, it's a tough matchup, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a tough matchup, dude. Tyson Fury could fucking fight, man. That white man could fucking fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's a tough matchup. It's a very tough matchup, dude. You know what I mean? But definitely, like, Wilder there's something off with him, but at the end of the day, like, if you know, even when I was doing videos, I didn't do not one video about gloves and all these things, bro. Like, fuck all that shit, dude. At the end, like fuck all that shit, bro, because it's like, okay, people talk about the gloves. My thing is, like, the trainers are supposed to oversee those gloves. So what did he pull another gloves out of his bag that the trainer, you know what I'm saying? Like, if there was something off, like, they need like there needs to be some type of petition, they need to file some type of grievance, or they need to do something. You know what I'm saying? If that really was the case. But But being that there's no petition, no grievances, no complaints filed, you know what I'm saying? The trainers didn't do a good job, or his representative didn't do a good job at overseeing the situation. It's the trainer's job to look at the gloves.
That's right.
If they approve the gloves, I mean, unless they were unless they got paid on the side or some shit, they should have been watching them. Like who was watching them wrap his hands?
It was I believe it was the white guy. I forgot his name now.
JD's,
yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay,
JD's
so what that means? That means that they didn't do their job right.
He didn't do his job right, yeah. But the thing is, Wilder came out a couple of months ago. He spoke to the BBC podcast, and he told them, like, you know, there's a snake in the grass. You know what I mean? There's a snake in the grass. That's all, you know, he said. But, you know, all these other people that are making videos about the gloves and all that sort of stuff, yeah. I ain't gonna lie, bro, man. They're making Wilder look bad, bro, man.
It looks bad. I agree. It looks very bad, dude.
And it's just YouTube, innit? It's only on YouTube because you know what? At the end of the day, they're making Wilder look bad. At the same time, I don't know if you know Tay Jones. He's in Wilder's team. He talked to me as well. I've had a conversation with him, and he's saying, something is up. Like he actually saying as well, like that, Fury cheated, but Wilder himself is not saying nothing. And I don't know, man. It's just everything is just shit is crazy, man. It's fucking confusing.
Yeah, bro, it's goofy as fuck, bro. It's goofy as fuck. Like that's why even when I was doing video, I ain't do not one video on that topic. My main thing is like, yo, Wilder just need to come back and redeem himself. Because that was bad, bro. Listen, in my time watching sports, fuck just boxing. Because I have a lot of admiration for, man, that was one of the worst things, bro, like I've ever watched in my life watching boxing, my life watching sports. That was the toughest L I had to hold, dog. That shit was hard, bro. Woo.
You know, if AJ did that, yeah, that would have been normal. But Fury, a guy that's pillow fisted, and of course, Fury is one of the best boxers. He's got skills and all that sort of stuff. But for him to do that stuff, it was hard to take, bro, man. It was hard to take. It was a bad taste, man. It was horrible, man. It was like a nightmare, man. You know what I mean? Like like I said, I'm a big AJ fan, and Wilder, I like him. He's probably my second favorite fighter, only because obviously he's black. I live in the UK. Do you know what I mean? But for Fury to do that, man, that hurt. That shit hurt, man. That shit hurt, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that was hard to watch, yo. I will never watch that. I have not watched that fight again, bro. I will never watch that fight again, dude. Never. Not happen. You couldn't pay me no money to watch that shit. No way.
Yeah, I mean, shit, dog. There's a couple of people that made a couple of people that have left their channel, I've unsubscribed because like every time, they talk about Wilder, all I see is, Wilder, on the floor. And I thought, you know what, I can't deal with it anymore. You know what I mean? It's just like, it was terrible, man. Especially the way they were talking about it was a Black History Month. And people are
yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
All right. All right, guys. You got anything else you want to say before I gotta get going to the gym?
Yeah, man. It's been great talking to you, Tyrone. I think I've said whatever I have to say. It's been a good show. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for having me. And thank you, Brooklyn.
For sure.
Yeah, man. I'll chop with you guys next time, man.
Yeah, I think tomorrow Laws will be on. So.
Yeah, I won't be able to watch the fights tomorrow. I won't be able to watch the fights tomorrow, but yeah, man, like I'll catch any like post fight reviews and shit like that. Slowly but surely, I'll get back to watching boxing videos. It's just right now, it's really not too much fights that I really care for, to be honest with you.
It's full garbage at the moment. Anyway, no one.
Yeah, like
I agree.
Like I said, the only 3 fights I'm looking forward to is Spence Garcia and the Charlo fights. That's the only fights I'm looking forward to.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a workout myself.
There's a fight coming out. I don't know if you're interested in the what's his name again?
Teofimo and Lomachenko. Oh wait, when is that?
In October.
That's in October.
Oh, so that's next. Wait. No. I'm bugging. We're in August.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so that's too much. And they're gonna put that on regular ESPN, Tyrone?
No, they're trying to do pay-per-view.
Fuck that! You see what I'm saying?
No, they done a U-turn actually. They did
it act on TV. Okay.
Oh, they gonna put, okay. So yeah. So you add that to the bucket list. I'm looking forward to that.
Okay.
I think. I mean, leading up to that fight, I gotta think about that fight, man. Like, whew. That's a see. If I was doing videos, this is the type of shit I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? This type of fight. You know what I mean? Not this other goofy shit, but
best fight the best in it. It's all about best fight the best. But anyway, guys, I'm out, man.
All right, peace out, fellas.
All right, fellas. Yep. Thank everybody. Kenneth Johnson, everybody in the chat. All right, we'll talk about this stuff tomorrow then. All right, Brooklyn.
All right, peace out, though.
Yep, peace.